can see into your soul. Cause you're just a victim of mind control. I know you're too scared to think for yourself. When you'd rather back down to someone else, you think there's someone smarter. They know what's best for you. Never get you on a lockdown. You want a lockdown. Afraid to try, afraid to be, afraid to have liberty. You want a lockdown. I said, don't you try to break them up. I said, just do what you're fucking told. I know deep inside your heart is black. When a heart attack, another heart attack is what you lack. For a dust shot jack to your back. If you could, but you can't, cause you want a lockdown. You want a lockdown. Afraid to try, afraid to be, afraid to have liberty. You want a lockdown. I can't see through you, see past into you. I can't see everything you own. I know you own this, a place from where you've been, so I will let it fucking go. No, afraid to try, afraid to be, afraid to have liberty. You want a lockdown. You want a lockdown. You want a lockdown. You want a lockdown.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. It's a little past midnight. We've been dealing with some fun technical difficulties, but I think we got it. Well, we didn't get it worked out, but we're going to go on ahead and hum a few bars and fake it anyway and just keep on rolling. Got Frantic Missy and we got Tide Guy joining us
Happy
tonight
Saturday
as
night.
well. Yep,
Great
Saturday night.
Yeah, sorry guys, somebody shot down our balloons, so we've just been like flying by the seat of our pants.
Those dang balloons.
Well, it didn't took us long enough, didn't it? I mean, it only started into Alaska on what, January 28th?
Well, Alaska has everything, so
You know, it's good to have a spy satellite go all the way across the country before you do something about it.
Well, the thing is, and I think it was, I can't remember what his name. There was a retired general who was trying, and I said that to you actually, TF, right before we went on the show tonight, or before we tried to go on the show, I should say. And basically, they're saying that the thing about this balloon is not what the balloon is recording, not what the balloon is looking for, but what we react to it with. That's what they're concerned about. And matter of fact, China issued a statement that they're upset with us for shooting down their spy balloon. And how dare we?
Well, I know. I actually saw that in the news there. I saw that they were that China was mad at us about shooting it down, saying now they have the right to retaliate. Which I thought was pretty bold, coming from somebody who just floated a balloon across your.
Well, I mean, what are they going to do? PD in our Coke?
Right, exactly. I mean, they're still using balloons. It's like Baron Munchausen floating across, trying to come at us.
Well,
I posted.
They're
I don't know if
using
you.
the Nazi playbook, traveling fools. They're like, well, the Nazis did this in World War II, so let's try it.
Did you see that? I don't know if anybody saw the post I made on Twitter, but I took the Baron Munchausen ship with the balloon on top of it and turned it black and white and zoomed in and related it to the Nazis in that like it was a real picture. And I keep waiting I haven't even looked, but I keep waiting for somebody to come back and argue that's not a real picture,
Oh, yeah, the bots won't let you down. Don't worry. The bots are always there. They promised us they get rid of them. Still waiting.
But my question is, how long would China allow us to have a balloon go across their country?
Exactly 5 seconds, and then they would do something really messed up.
Yeah.
Like the people would just disappear. They wouldn't shoot it down. We just wouldn't know what happened to it. And the balloon would suddenly have a couple less organs.
Right, exactly. Its kidneys would be missing, and
Exactly.
Yeah.
If we would get a statement where it's like, oh, we totally meant to shoot. The guys in the balloon are like, yeah, definitely. We chose to go and talk to the Chinese, like while looking off camera, right?
What are the Chinese going to do right now? Because their best friends are getting their asses kicked in Ukraine.
Well, China does fight with their hands and their
They
feet.
get out of there first before they can help.
China
right.
does fight with their hands and their feet, so who knows?
That's right.
Yeah, I do think it's very interesting, though, that balloon seemed to somehow like we knew about it before it ever made it here, and why did they just let it float across and then act like, well, now that it's made it across and in the Atlantic, we shot it down like there's some kind of heroes and it's a big W now. You know, it's like, this is just, it's all stupid. None of it makes a dang bit of sense anyway.
Yeah, because on January 28th, NORAD spotted it. NORAD knew about it. NORAD knew what was going on, and they thought, it's of no big interest right now.
I just think it's interesting because, I mean, if I were the United States government, I would wait till it got to the ocean too, because I would want to then pull it out of the water and see everything they were looking for. I would want to know what intelligence it was looking at. But you wouldn't know that unless you go all the way across. You let it get to the end, and then you know what they're looking at and what they're looking for. Well, you got to remember that Charleston here, we've got Joint Base Charleston, we've got the nuke school here, and this is only like a couple hours north of us, an hour and a half, not even, north of us. So that's where they shot this down. So it was pretty close to where Charleston is, and Charleston's a big deal when it comes to military stuff. I mean, I know that we almost got a missile sent at us in 2013. They made a mistake, and somebody sent off a nuclear missile, and they shot it down 1,000 kilometers off the coast. So I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if they were looking for stuff in Charleston. We also have a huge military base in Columbia, Shaw Air Force Base. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if they were waiting to see what they were going for and what the balloon, and to see if the balloon itself could be controlled for itself. There's a lot of things. If you want to get intelligence, you don't just like bust everybody. You do a stakeout, you watch, you see what's going on. And now they shot that thing down and they're in possession of it. They have all the data that it looked at, and now they know what it was designed to do and what it wanted to get, what it wanted to capture, you know?
What if China did that for North Korea and said, since you can't make a missile, just do a balloon. They'll let you go this far in the country before they do something about it.
Well, I mean, the thing is we have we even confirmed that this is a Chinese spy balloon? Is that confirmed?
Well, when the Chinese come out and said that they can retaliate, that kind of confirmed it.
Yeah, they've came out and, you know, kind of taken ownership of it.
Yeah.
I mean, and it said wish.com at the bottom of it, so I'm assuming it came from China, you know.
Made in Taiwan.
Right. No jokes when I'm drinking. Bad idea. Oh my gosh, right in my nose. Oh my god.
All right, we're gonna take a 5-minute break while Missy changes the shirt.
We're already an hour and 15 minutes late today. Why not? Let's go ahead and take a break. I don't work going to get connected to the weekend, you know.
Well, yeah, and you know, we didn't know either what it's kind of like what Joey's mentioning there. You know, we had no idea what actually. I think I can actually highlight that there. You never know what that balloon could have been full of. You know, I mean, it could have been
definitely. If I was going to get it over the border, I would fill it in a balloon.
Right, exactly. It's raining fentanyl down.
Fentanyl's all over the place.
And that's going to be the biggest drum you'll ever
have a bunch of bears and stuff out there eating that stuff up.
Yeah, it's just full of nitrous oxide. I added to our little playlist a video from the Hindenburg, which I thought was interesting. If anything, just to take, like, there might be some fun little clips that we can use there at some point to make fun of. But I just found it interesting how we used to have airships all the time. That was a regular thing, like airships, the Hindenburg and things like that. That was the best way to travel, because before, like, there was commercial airplanes where you could take a flight. It was the airships. I still don't understand why they quit doing the airships. We had planes crash all the time. Sometimes the politicians.
Did you not see what happened to the Hindenburg? That pretty much ended it right then and there.
Well, we have horrific plane crashes all the time, but we still use planes.
Yeah, I mean, I think the speed of travel, I think, is more, you know, why you wouldn't, obviously a balloon floating, you know, you're not making it there too fast. I mean, 80 days, you know, you're doing good.
In World War II, we still use them for spy purposes and surveillance. So they were still being used. They just weren't being used the way they were before. Well, we don't use airships now for anything, though.
And that's kind of the interesting thing about this is that, you know, I was looking for LW's comment here where he says it wasn't a spy balloon. They can do that from space. And, you know,
allegedly.
I guess, space isn't real.
The flat earthers are not allowed. That is banned from the show.
Yeah, come on, LW.
Flat, it's flat and it's hollow, okay? Or maybe a bagel. Wink.
No such thing as space. That's a projection. But even if they, you know, if say they could do that from space, I've read in different places, and I don't know, you know, I'm not saying I'm an expert on this, but that there is like different data that, you know, can't be collected from that kind of altitude as far as being in space.
That's what they want you to think.
Right. I don't believe how you have a satellite in space that's sending you a internet signal, but can't collect data.
Space. They're in low Earth orbit. That is not space. That is low Earth
orbit. Right.
Oh, goodness.
But I love how you were saying about, the mode of travel. I don't know if you guys saw this, but a month and a half ago, a company in California just got awarded a $2 million grant because they found a better way to do shipping.
Oh,
they came up with the idea of putting sails on ships. Who would have thought that?
Well, I mean, you've seen their
I saw that too. It was oh, wow. Right? You mean like a motorless ship?
Yeah. Only 1% of that money is actually going to go to the project, right? The rest of it's going to do other things.
Right.
Probably going to go to taxes.
Well, they just thought that was amazing. We're going to put sails on his ship. And
I mean, it's genius. I don't know why anybody hadn't thought of that before. Hey, let me take a second to just say thanks to the people who are actually tuned in here. I don't want to ignore them, but Jay Shipes, thanks for coming, man. Twisted Rooster, I love that name.
We were fashionably late, so thank you guys for showing up.
Yeah, Joey Foster. What's up, Joey and Yvette? I hope you guys are doing good. Hey, my good buddy, the Bet. What's up, Bet?
Oh, the Bet is here.
The Bet never fails to come up and troll. As I like to call him, Wind, but it's Will, Notre Dame Will. What's up, Will? Tiger Cat, how you doing, girl? Thanks for showing up. I think I already said LW, and I'm scrolling on down through there. I think I got most of the people who are chatting, but yeah, thanks everybody for being here. It is sorry we were running late. That's our fault. Life gets in the way sometimes. Yeah, technical difficulty. Everything went wrong. I mean, it was literally one of those. Everything went wrong.
I dropped my drink all over the floor. I got to clean that up later. He's like, slam. Just trying to get everything working out. We brought in Tide Guy to help us. Thanks for coming in the clutch, Tide Guy.
Yeah, you brought the dumbest person you could bring in for technical difficulties.
No, but we knew that you knew. We know that you knew how to get the volume to work so we can share videos. That's the key thing. And we knew you wouldn't judge us. And we knew you'd be available.
Anything outside of volume, I'm no good. I'm telling you right now.
The only reason he even showed up is because deep down in his mind, he thinks I'm going to be his sixth ex-wife. So
it's going to happen in Vegas, so it just stays in Vegas.
Right, there you go. And yeah, Will's pointing out here that isn't there another one of these balloons floating through Latin America now too?
Mexico had a UFO over Poo-Poo. What was it called?
Oh, Popo.
Papa Daddy. What was the name of that volcano?
You know what?
Yeah, tell us about that, Tide Guy. Tell us about this UFO in Mexico.
Okay. The volcano in Mexico is actually pretty active right now. It's been pretty active the last few days. And as you guys know, a lot of times when a volcano is active, there's a lot of UFO activity around. Well, today, a whole bunch of people called in about a big UFO. And this is supposed to be a really big one compared to what most UFOs are. I have not been able to see the full video. I just got to see a really quick clip. I'm trying to track it down, the whole video, to really get to see it. So who knows? Maybe if there is a balloon going down over Latin America, maybe the aliens went to see that too.
Well, we know about when I first heard reports about this balloon, it was over actually my friend's house, and she was like, "Oh my God, that's the first person that told me about it." And they realized it was a balloon, and people were watching and all. But the first thing that I thought of was, why would they let us know about it? How did it get all the way to Montana for anybody to notice in the mainstream area? How did it go that far?
Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
What's it like to have friends?
Well, I know where the booties are on a lady, and not just my own. When girls go to the bathroom together, we do really fun stuff in there that you guys will never see. That's why they're so nice. We can hang out in there for a while.
There you go.
It's nice having friends. You guys, all your friends showed up. I can't seem to even find the link to share this with my friends. So I don't know. Maybe I won't have friends much longer.
Right, your friends dissed you. Hey, what's up, Harry Leg? He says he just found us. I love the name Harry Leg. It's great. But yeah, thanks, man. I'm glad you found us.
I have 68 unchecked text messages. That's what it's like to have friends. People are always disappointed in you.
Harry Leg, now that you found us, you must do two things. Hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button, these guys do awesome shows every Saturday night.
We were gone the last 2 weeks, but we both had stuff going on, and this night we were late. So it's just been we're going to be more responsible, guys. I promise. We're going to work on that.
Definitely. It has nowhere to go but up, just kind of like a balloon. This sucker's going to keep going up, and we're going to go from coast to coast. Here we go, baby, coast to coast. And I'm sure YouTube won't shoot us down
until you fall off the edge of the world. We're good.
Or YouTube shoots us down.
When it comes to this balloon thing, what nobody, I mean, a couple of people have said it, but what a lot of people aren't mentioning is that there is something called Project Blue Beam. And when the world's fighting the way it is, and everyone's like very aware of what's going on with Ukraine. I mean, how many billions of dollars, and he still only has one T-shirt? One. He's got someone buys Zelensky a shirt, I will be more than happy to take some of those billions of dollars that we've given him and add another $1 or $2 so he can go get another T-shirt, because he only wears the one. I don't know what that's about. But because all this Ukraine stuff and all this Chinese stuff and all this infighting going on in America and all this, Republican Democrat nonsense, and now that Republicans have taken over, possession of the House of Representatives, and for some reason the media is being a little bit nicer, and all this Pfizer stuff is coming out, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if the next thing that happens is they fake an alien invasion. So we won't fight with each other anymore, and they can just all put us into war forever or lock us in our homes.
And obviously they're going to come from Mexico.
That's right.
It's going to be the Mexican alien invasion.
That's right.
They're bringing in the fentanyl. They're the ones bringing in the fentanyl. Fentanyl, bring me to your leader.
What do you think we've been sending in the pretend aliens?
Have you seen the donkey show? It's not what you think it is.
They'll all be wearing bandanas and their pants will be saggy.
Jinkos. We got invaded by a bunch of aliens and Jinkos.
Huge amount of smoke rolling out the windows.
Would you like to buy some avocados? For a good cause.
If he's wearing an affliction shirt, do not trust him. He's not human.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
No, I am curious to see that footage though, with the Mexico volcano thing. That sounds really interesting. I can't wait to see that.
I know if you pull it up, there's a lot of old ones, but there is a new one today. And like I said, I've been on 3 shows tonight, and in between, my buddies got with me and told me.
I see how it is. We're your third choice?
Well, no, you're my late night choice. You're not around at 7
That makes me feel so much better about our future not relationship.
This is working out great for you guys.
Missy, don't make me tell the people what you made me watch last night. I'm still in shock.
Oh, it was very classy. It was very well done.
and to let you know, my buddy, I had to go I did tell him how he messed up my night.
That's what happened. How dare he? He should think twice. He should have been out with you drinking. Why is he going out by himself drinking? That's scary. Right. Not in Mexico, of all places.
Exactly.
So just if nobody knows who Tide Guy is, he is our Mexican correspondent from Mexico City. So yes, he brings us all the latest news from Mexico City.
We're now international. Traveling Fools is international.
Exactly.
I would like to see that footage. I'm trying to find it right now. I'm desperate to see what that UFO thing they're saying it was in Mexico looks like. But we've been having an uptick in people finding and seeing UFOs for the last couple of years now. It seems like they're allowing us to have a little bit more information. What you call a limited hangout. When you got people like Tom DeLonge that come on like Joe Rogan's show, and he says all this stuff, and some of it's kooky and some of it's right, and some of it's definitely too close to the truth. But because he's saying all this other kooky stuff, it makes the truth not real. You know what I mean? Where people won't pay attention to it. And that's called a limited hangout. They let us know exactly just as much as they want us to know. And they give us false information so we don't come up with the truth. So we don't take the truth. So we don't pay attention to all of it, And I feel like maybe we have a lot of limited hangout stuff going on where they let us see the UFO footage. They acknowledge the UFO footage, right? But at the same time, they're not really giving us anything that's new. It's just a picture, a grainy one. That's it. It's not like we have any, real information about who's doing these programs. We still know how much money goes to these programs, these black ops, off the book programs that study this stuff. We know that they're studying it, but we don't know what they're doing. And we don't have any access to their budget. And it's very secretive, and they're blocking off part of the map. So my question is why now? Why are they giving us more grainy footage of videos? And why is it that they won't just come clean and say, yeah, we're studying this too?
Well,
I love the grainy footage.
I think if we look at the American books, we'll see that we've been paying aliens for years, foreign aid.
Fang Fang?
Yeah. Foreign aid.
Fang.
Oh,
Fang, fang.
what is it? Like Nancy Pelosi's driver? Like, what's going on?
No, it wasn't Pelosi, was it? It was that.
Oh
who
yeah, you're
was
right.
it?
I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. They're all the same to me. They're all
Yeah, it was
crazy people.
that horrible woman,
Feinstein?
Maxine Waters.
Oh,
I think, yeah, I think it was Maxine, that lady that always yells at everybody. Yeah, I think it was her.
Now, Traveling Fools, I mentioned this to Missy last night. She never heard of this. Have you heard of this the congressman, Hank Johnson Jr.?
No, I don't know. What about him? I mean, I'm bad with names, especially when they're Hank Johnson.
If you knew him, you'd know him. Later on, look up this video. About 8 years ago, he was in a committee meeting drilling an admiral. And he told this admiral,
damn DC.
Oh my God. Gitmo's not what we think it is too, I guess.
But he was drilling this admiral, and he told this admiral, and he meant it. He said it with a straight face.
There goes my Google search history.
No, I'm on a lot of lists, so I'm not afraid to be added to another.
But he said that we could not put 25,000 extra Marines on Guam because the island would tip over.
Oh, I remember that. Yes, the one who said that the island would tip over if we put too many people on it. Oh my God. Yeah, Harry Leg's already onto it. He's already in Guam about to tip over. Yes,
Exactly. These are our elected officials. This is the brightest of the bright we could come up with.
I'll be honest, like I'm a little hungover.
Just a little.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
you should have just kept drinking. If you keep drinking, you never get a hangover.
That's why you live in Mexico.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to drive here, so you can't do that.
I know these Mexicans with their drinking advice over here. Yeah, I did like the Guam about the tip over thing. That was hilarious. There's a lot of dumb stuff that comes out of DC. I mean, actually, like 99% of things that come out of DC are dumb. But
I don't know. Every time I think that we've seen it all, something else pops up. I gotta say though, you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh at all this stuff. If you can't laugh at what our government is doing, at least just look at Nancy Pelosi and go, she totally got drunk and drew on her eyebrows. She can afford a makeup artist, but she wants to get hammered and be like, I did this today.
Well, and to think about
Nancy.
To think about the UFO thing, I mean, there's something to it because the government's got together and brought all the leaders of all the different religions together.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And the Five Eyes thing and everything. One of my favorite things about spies and these spy organizations, like the Five Eyes is hilarious because they're all like spying on each other. And then every once in a while, they'll like let out information about one of the others, like groups to like tell on them or make fun of them or whatever. And I'm just like, did you guys like get together in a room and like, okay, this is what we're going to release about, Britain. So they think that we're not doing this together. Yeah. The Americans are thinking like, oh yeah, they're fighting. Like, no, they plan all this stuff. They're spying on each other because they're not spying on each other. They're all in the same organization. They're all doing the same thing.
Well, and they're all in cahoots. I mean, it's not like
it's a big circle jerk. That's what that is.
Yeah, and we're just a bunch of idiots that they tell the most like bogus things to. They're like, let's see if they'll believe this one. Like, hey, just tell them, they're like, oh, okay. All the news channels, Mockingbird, that right along with the whole thing, blah blah blah, and
they've done psychological studies to prove that if you hear like something, even if you know it's a lie, even if you know you were there and you saw it, it'll actually change the way that your mind remembers a memory. Your memory will actually change if you hear a lie enough. Even though you saw it, you knew that this is what it was. Your brain will actually change the way it remembers that incident. And they do that. They do it all the time. That's why when you have a police officer that comes to a crime scene, they separate everyone immediately and take their statements separately. Because as a group, if they're in a group together talking about it, by the time the next day when they sit down and give a statement, everyone's statement will be wrong. And they'll remember it completely differently. And that can actually pass a lie detector test.
Yeah,
So
it's
they do that on purpose. They
they've
repeat
got
the
it
same
figured
thing over
out.
and over again because they know that eventually it'll stick.
Hey, let me give some advice here to to my good friend Will. He says I'm trying to be more like you guys. I get sad and angry with politics. Will, the older you get, the more numb you'll get to it, and you got to just start laughing at some point. I mean, you can't let it consume your life and take over either way because regardless, tomorrow is going to happen, and you just got to keep on trucking, man.
You
And
don't want to be like
if you don't
me,
find
Will.
humor in
It's
it,
Saturday night, and I'm hanging out in my closet
She
on the
doesn't even
internet
call it
talking
a
about
closet, right?
UFOs. You don't want
right?
to go
Exactly.
here. This is an
Right,
ugly
exactly.
place.
Can't take it too serious.
The traveling fools, what is your take? Because I say this a lot. I truly believe that most of the politicians, when they first go into politics, I think they mean good. But I think once they get in there, see how corrupt it is, how much money they make, it just goes to hell.
No, I think
Yeah,
they also
there is no
blackmail, too.
true like Mr. Smith goes to Washington, or wasn't it Mr. Smith?
Yeah,
Wasn't that
Mr.
the movie?
Smith.
Yeah, Mr. Smith, or who was the other one?
The ghost of
Oh,
Mr. Chicken.
Oh,
the ghost,
the ghost of Mr.
the one that started out with Born Losers, and it turned into and he ends up going to Hollywood. It's like the I'll think of it in a minute. I'll think of it in a minute, but
Escape from LA.
yes, Snake Plissken. I thought you were dead.
It was crazy today though. TF, I sent you earlier. We were talking about this earlier in like the text, and I'll check what we're going to talk about tonight in the show. And I was sitting on like flight log pictures, like live real time flight logs, and there was all these like planes that were over outside of Myrtle Beach that were no call sign. He's like, "What are you showing me here?" And I was like,
"Right, I was going to ask you to bring that up. Actually, I forgot."
Yeah.
So it took me a second to figure out what you were actually showing me, but Missy was looking at the current. Okay, so they had canceled all flights in Myrtle Beach and, on the coast right there. Yeah, obviously.
And they blacked out the airspace because they were saying that it's a big hole. Like, no, that's because they emptied the airspace out where there was no one showing up. So what happened was at the end, there was one plane, right? And it was a Navy plane, and that it just said no call sign. But for a period of time there, it was completely like there was just nothing there. They had like hidden out the place that it landed and all the other air traffic going on in that location.
Right. So they were moving planes through there, which obviously there was planes up there looking at what they, we don't know, but it was interesting that they did shut it all down. Then you had these planes in the air that were on no call sign.
Yeah.
Because you can look. Yeah.
There's no telling what they were using that opportunity. Like I said, yes, this was all like everyone was eyes on, but you got to remember, like, we're not really, there was a couple pictures here and there of people, but not a lot of good footage of what was going on when they shut it down. But what I will say this is when you've got an empty airspace like that, where they blacked it out, where they're not allowing people to view what's going on in the activity. All I can think of is like, what else are they doing? What else are they using this for? Like, look here, not there, and that was a large area.
Yeah, look, squirrel.
That's unusual. We haven't
squirrel.
Ran planes like that since 9/11, except for that one other computer issue, and that also was weird, wasn't it? Where all the planes had to be down for like a day because the computer system wasn't working, the tracking system. Remember that? Like a couple weeks ago. Just saying, that's weird.
Well, wait. Let's connect the dots. They had that blackout today, and now traveling fools had electronic problems tonight.
Right. I couldn't figure out how to work this dang computer.
Stop trying to distract from your Mexican weird stuff going on.
Blame it on the Chinese. Blame it on the Chinese. They built my computer. They built my computer for me too, so it got shipped from China.
The only donkey show in America is AOC, so I don't want to hear it.
Oh, Tide Guy. The movie I was saying with Billy Jack. Billy Jack was what I was talking about. Remember, it was the Billy Jack Goes to Washington too after Born Losers and, all the other stupid Billy Jack movies that he goes to Washington. Yeah. All those people go there with good intentions, but
Can you imagine remaking Mr. Smith Goes to Washington today?
Yeah, Mr. Smith would be, especially if it was done by Disney.
Like Will Smith Goes to Washington or something. Who knows?
No, it'd be like Will Smith's son goes to Washington.
He goes to Washington to get a sex change, and they wouldn't let him have it, so he's angry because he's from Florida. That's what it will be.
Hey, what's up, Nate the Great? Thanks for stopping in, buddy.
Great one's in.
Yep, Nate the Great. He's stopping into the chat. Thank you, Nate.
He's the one and only Hooters waiter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jay Shipes, Billy Jack. Strange movie. The first one was great. Born Losers was a great movie. I mean, like totally horrible.
We need to do more watch parties. Like we get people in a room, we put up a movie, and we just talk while we watch it. That'll be fun to do every once in a while.
Yeah, we need to try to figure that out and set that up. We could probably do it. I don't know if you could pull that off on like a live YouTube stream. They'll let you do that on Rumble. Yeah. And we will be starting to stream these on Rumble soon as well. Just to because we don't know how long YouTube's going to tolerate this nonsense. So we will be streaming on Rumble as well if anybody has that. So
I'll tell you this much: when we get up and running, the first 10 episodes we might delete anyways. So just letting you know, because we're gonna get more professional. We're gonna be like, dude, we don't want anybody seeing that. We're gonna save it for us to watch. But look how far we've come. We don't want anybody to see this nonsense.
Nah, never gonna happen. This is awesome. This is awesome.
How do you top this, Missy? How do you top this?
I really have a headache just thinking about drinking again. Ew.
But yeah, it's definitely been a interesting news cycle this week that has been totally consumed by a red balloon, or not a red balloon, but a white balloon. But it could be. To notice
that Harry in the chat wrote "Big Trouble in Little China." That's the third time in a row this week that someone's mentioned Big Trouble in Little China. It's like God's telling me to watch it or something. Maybe I don't know. What's up with that? Is this a government message?
Have you never seen it?
Oh no, of course I've seen it.
Oh, okay,
I haven't watched it in a long time, and that's the third time this week someone's mentioned Big Trouble in Little China before the balloon.
What a great movie!
That's a great movie. I watched it.
And Traveling Fools, you know it's not a red balloon because there'd have been 99 of them.
Right. Exactly. Nina would be. Maybe Nina was telling the future, 99 red balloons.
Well, they did shoot down a balloon that might start World War III. I'm just saying.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, China is saying they have the right to retaliate for us popping their balloons. So there's been, bigger fights that have happened at birthday parties over such.
Yeah, let's see how childish this gets, right?
I mean, the good news is China has the biggest army. The problem is they don't have the Navy to bring them all over here.
Have you seen the clip where they're going up against the people of the Indian border with sticks and they back off because they're not trained very well? The Chinese military is not scary right now. The Chinese government, the CCP, is horrifying because they're willing to take out your organs and no one's doing anything about it, right? They disappear people. But the Chinese military, like they really, it seems like when you see them scuffle, they're not very well trained, I don't think. And they've got buttons on their helmets, like kill buttons where they can kill themselves.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, they have they can blow themselves up with these buttons on their helmets they have now.
Or their commanding officer can also blow them up.
Yeah, or he's got the kill switch. Imagine having that faith in your military. It's like, okay, just in case they're really sucking, I'm just going to blow them up, We'll wrap them in.
That's what happened at the Indian borders. They're like, please, we just want to get out of here. Like, you don't understand. Like, there's buttons on our helmets. Guys, let us into India. And they're like, no, get away with the sticks. We don't want your surveillance system here. We want to keep our organs. Get away.
It's kind of the same. I mean, you hear like the Polish jokes, or stuff like that. I mean, I don't know that this is totally factual, but I've heard many times through my life that the reason those jokes started is because when Poland was being invaded in World War II, that they showed up with old rifles, and stuff like that on horseback, and running into. I was
waiting for that to happen in Canada. Like I was like, we don't have guns. What's going to happen?
Right,
and we have some sticks.
Right, and they're on horseback and they're taking on tanks. And it was like, well, this is not going to work out for you very well.
This is not going to end well.
Every time I get freaked out about like what's going on in militaries and what they're capable of, I just remember that there was not one but 2 emu wars that the Australian government lost. So there is hope.
Well, think about this. Does China really want to fight the U.S.? Because if they lose, then we don't pay them back for what we owe them. They own half of our country anyway. So why do they want to fight us?
Which in theory, I mean, they should owe us anyway, but
right.
It's going to be really hard to invade the U.S., guys. Like, that's one of the reasons they put us in this position where we're going to be militarizing the world, because it's very hard to attack America. We've got snow and freezing cold Canada up top, right? And tundra and all that. And at the bottom, we got Mexico, which is all desert. We got oceans on both sides. That's why we were able to be isolationist country all the way up to World War I. We were able to do that. We're very difficult to invade. We don't have the same terrain across the entire country. It's very huge. Like, California is really far away from New York with a completely different climate. So you'd have to outfit your soldiers with different types of equipment and different types of vehicles. America is very secure and very safe compared to all the other countries in the world, because we don't have neighbors like that all up in our business, like trying to eat our pork chops. You know, we don't have that. And I think that they would be really remiss and very stupid to invade America. Now, I'm not saying they want to invade Alaska, though. That is very much something that might happen in the future. Russia or China would invade Alaska. I could see that happening, and they could defend it. But they're not going to get down to America, like the lower 48. That we're fine here. I think.
But think about this, Missy. You forgot one big important thing. There's 50 million rednecks, and their only question is there 100%. A limit on how many we can bag?
100%.
You know what the hunting limit is.
Yeah.
Wait. So who's going to be the first person to say Wolverines? I want to be Patrick Swayze. Oh, wait, he's dead. Ah, shit.
Yeah, he's dead.
I don't know. Maybe we could clone him. Who knows?
Hey, you never know. I'll at least pee in the radiator, you know. I'll take his spot.
That's Chinese. That's China's move, usually with the Coke.
Right.
Oh my goodness. So we got some clips. I added some more clips into that list. I did put one of the Hindenburg. So if you guys, I'm not saying we should show it right now, but later on, if you guys like get a chance, I'd like for you to check it out, because like it's just really weird how we handled that tragedy, and it's really interesting how we handle stuff now. Just from the way like they report on it, from the way that people reacted to it, the way that people responded media-wise after it. I just find it very interesting how we used to handle disasters and how we handle disasters now.
Yeah, it's very different. What's up, Tyson Hook? Thanks for stopping in, man. Not sure who you are, but thanks for being here.
China, Russia. You know, my favorite, like one of my favorite videos of all time is the Russell Crowe show from South Park, where he goes to China and he's like, "Come on, Tugger. It's Tiananmen Square. If I with their hands and their feet. Come on, let's fight." right? Oh, so I don't know. China I'm really sick of hearing the word China. I'm really sick of the word Russia. And I'm definitely sick of hearing the word Ukraine. And if I hear one more person argue about COVID or flat earth, I might just take a break from the internet for a couple months. I'm just getting sick of it, you know?
Well, I've loved all the things this week. Which one thing about Twitter that I really love is that, I mean, I must have missed all these classes and all this education my whole life, because somehow or another these people managed to be like, I mean, this minute they all have like doctorate degrees, and they're all like doctors, and the next minute they're all lawyers. The next minute they're like satellite, like they're NASA scientists, and then the next it's like I don't know how these people are. Just everybody's a damn genius on Twitter. I don't quite figure it out. I guess I got
autistic people there.
Right.
We're all on the spectrum. That's what that is.
I'm guessing so, because I really think that I missed out on a lot of that somewhere, somehow.
It goes to show you that piece of paper. Like, isn't that sad? Like, that's why the doctors that are doctors, the first thing they say is like, "I'm a doctor." Unless they're gay, then they say, "I'm gay and I'm a doctor." But that's like the first thing they tell you, because like they're like super proud of that. But what they don't realize is they're just paying for that piece of paper, because knowledge is free. After COVID and all, I've seen women that were like housewives that are now like phlebotomists, like experts. They know everything about it. They've read every paper they can get their hands on. You know, they retaught themselves that they barely got out of high school. And they can tell you now, because they did so much research over the last 2 years, exactly what this disease does, exactly what's in these shots, exactly who makes them, and who the parents are, the people that made them. And it's insane how many people have educated themselves. And then you got these doctors that paid $180,000 when it's all said and done with interest for school, and didn't have any friends for 7 years, and literally like graduated like college, like having the sense of humor and the social ability of a 15-year-old child, because they worked so hard to get there and finish all that. And they go into the emergency room and they fix people up, and they're not even able to read these papers, and they know nothing about it. And they're going to be, "Oh no, just take the shot. That's what we told you to tell you." Isn't that sad? They did all that work just to like have their degree literally be worthless, because people that have no degree know more about these things than they do.
In a lot of cases, that's really true.
It's sad.
Yeah, because most doctors today are just puppets.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, puppets driven by the puppeteer is the
If you look
Pfizer.
closely, you can see the hand up their ass. The guy with the hand up their ass behind him, and you can
Right,
see
big
that.
pharma telling them exactly what to do, when to do it, exactly how they want it done.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
then,
after the
then
past
lawyers,
2 years.
the lawyers too tell them what to do. The lawyers in hospitals dictate how much medication and what medications. There's that too. So they got the lawyers to tell them what to do. The pharmaceutical companies that remove their funding. Their bosses that are private have board-run hospitals. They're not, a service they do for the people. And then they've got they could lose their career and not be able to have a job. So they've got all these people telling them what they can and cannot say. And then you got, Sharon, who has 2 kids who are homeschooled right now, and she's put them on a high fiber diet, but now she knows everything about the vaccines. Right? Oh, don't you know? I was reading 2 medical papers last night. You won't believe what's in it. Isn't that sad? No one can control.
Is this Sharon? Is this Sharon from Fargo?
Sharon's unfireable. She can say whatever she wants,
Okay. Yes, Twisted Rooster. I was never a truck driver. I know. I'm missing out, man. That's a funny
Not
comment.
lizards everywhere. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
The worst thing you learn about people when you're a truck driver is if there's a girl with no shoes on trying to talk to you, she's definitely not just trying to hang out because she likes you. Just put it that way. She's not your friend.
She's not asking.
She'll do anything for a free shower.
Right. And always stop at the places that say, we bear all, free showers.
That's what that is.
Sweatpants encouraged. Yeah. It's like those are the places with the best food. That's all I've learned from traveling.
There's nothing more attractive in a woman than when she can take her teeth out.
Exactly.
No, this is
seriously,
this is not an Edward's dream.
That was how Pelosi got
that happens
married.
all the time.
That's how Pelosi got married. She took her teeth out.
Oh God, don't even get me started on that one. All that money, she can't hire someone to fix that. She needs to hire someone whose job is just to draw on her eyebrows. That's all they do. All day they just draw. They're like, no, Nancy, put down. No, I know you're drunk. No, you can't draw on your own eyebrows. Everyone thinks you're surprised all the time. Stop.
Yeah, replace them with some of those invisible markers, or something like that. So she just thinks she's drawing them on.
Geez.
The next time she's at a committee hearing, a person comes in, draws on a new eyebrow for her. Now she's shocked.
They got a kit where they can get like a pit stop thing where there's 5 people, but you, okay, we're ready.
Hey, get over here. I'm going to be shocked.
Let's make sure she doesn't clack around with her dentures. She's the speaker of the house. So
Okay, so speaking of Pelosi, so when they finally released that body cam footage, was that not just the most hilarious thing to try to decipher and watch?
What was so important about his underwear? He was really concerned about his underwear.
The whole thing was like the door magically opens. Okay, he's holding a cocktail in one hand.
Don't say cocktail.
A hammer in the other with the other guy who's and they open the door and they're both smiling. And the next thing, this guy just looks over and hits him with the hammer.
Oh, definitely. I feel like someone playing Clue. I'm like, was it the hammer with the alcohol in the bathroom with the boyfriend? Right? That's what that was.
No, it was the nudist hammer in the foyer.
Yeah, the nudist who his child says, his son says that that was his sex slave. That's what his son said. That Paul DePape was his sex slave. I'll tell you this much though, I've never had more fun than naming and putting out headlines that just say PP and DP footage is released, or DDPP is released footage. It's like a new Marvel superhero we don't want. He had an extra hammer in his book bag too.
What's up, P Digits? What's going on, P Digits? Thanks for coming in, buddy. Glad you found it.
Einhorn. That's correct. Laces out, people. Laces out.
Laces out.
What gets me, though, is these politicians do all this stupid stuff, and then all these stupid people reelect them.
Do you really think that they're stupid? Do you really think that's what that is? or do you think they're doing what they're told?
I don't think AOC would know the difference.
I don't think she's stupid at all. I'm dead serious. I do not think she is stupid. I think she's pretending to be stupid.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious.
I mean, I don't think she's just the biggest idiot in the world, but I think she's
pretty smart with social media.
Well, you think about it, she's making more money than we are for doing less.
A lot.
She ain't too
And
stupid.
her abuela's doing great, I hear.
Yeah.
her abuela. Yeah, she's my poor abuela is living in a hut, no roof, and all this. It's like,
I
come
won't
on.
be visiting her though, or helping her out in any way. Like, I'm not going to give you my
Right.
money, but you can give her some of your money.
Right. Yeah.
You saw that right after like the just for context, guys, like AOC's grandmother was in was it Puerto Rico? Is that where it was?
Yeah,
After
Puerto Rico.
that storm, and they were having a hard time, and because almost said Bill Clinton, because Trump was late getting supplies, and like the supplies got taken by people and put in these warehouses, and they weren't allowed to even get supply. It was really messed up. It was sad. But AOC's like, my abuela can't get any help because of Trump, blah blah blah. So people online were like trying to raise money. They actually had like some what is it,
GoFundMe.
a GoFundMe, yes, where they were raising money for her abuela, to help her abuela, and she refused to like help them get that money to her abuela.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, because the Republicans started a GoFundMe
Yeah,
and they raised
correct,
like a couple
correct.
$100,000 or
she was-
something
yeah,
for AOC's abuela, and she like
Yes.
rejected it.
she wouldn't let them help her abuela. So clearly, somebody who cares that much about their grandmother really loves America too. I'm sure she's doing what's best for us. Hang on a second. I'm gonna turn this fan on. I'm dying. My little closet here has gotten really claustrophobic and warm. There's no there is a vent. I gotta open it, I guess.
Well, hey, make sure the fan doesn't give off any of those bad sounds. I don't want you
Right.
freaking out online here. So
I've had people like, are the lizard people holding you hostage? Blink if you're okay. I'm like, it's just a closet. I swear.
Well,
Hang on, let me go turn the fan on.
hey, Missy, it puts the lotion on the skin.
That's right. I don't want to get the hose. I already have something wet over here that I spilled. I need to clean up. So I'll be right back.
Oh, geez. Hey, thanks again for everybody tuning in. Really do appreciate you being here and joining in this Saturday Night Madness. I guess we could just as well call it that. But yeah, please make sure if you're new, you do subscribe, and please everybody do hit the thumbs up as well. Like everybody else says, I don't really care, but YouTube does. So
that's
I'll
right.
go on ahead and say that as well. Just I do appreciate it though, and we thank you for being here and hope we're at least somewhat entertaining.
And hey, you got 16 people right now. That's pretty good.
Hey, not bad for a channel with 118 subscribers.
Let's talk about it now because we're going to delete these first 10 episodes later. So
Leave your good comments now because they might be gone tomorrow. We might be gone tomorrow.
Yeah, we might be gone tomorrow.
I think I hear that black helicopter over my house right now.
Oh yeah, that was just crazy how they I cannot believe they did that. But you guys, if you do not follow, like check out flight trackers. It's super interesting. You could get lost, spend hours there. But if you're really savvy, sometimes you'll see flight patterns that are hilarious, like where people on private planes will just draw dicks in the sky. Happens all the time. They do it all the time.
I love that when people flew over and left those chemtrails. It was actually what was it, a U.S. Navy or Marine Corps pilot that went up there and drew the big cock and balls in the sky. That was hilarious with the
but people will do the flight pass like that on purpose.
Yeah, it was funny as hell.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So Tyson Hook here says AOC understands the game. Tell people exactly what they want to hear and then do the opposite, and voters will never hold you accountable as long as you tweet and say the right things in their eyes.
Oh, I have a feeling she's going to have a change of heart in the next, like, maybe year and a half and become a Republican because she knows that there's no support that's going to be there for Democrats. I think she's going to have a baby, and then she's going to get married, and then she's going to become a Republican, and she's going to be a radical Republican at that.
And she's going to want to keep her gas stove too. So
that's right.
100%. But we'll always have that funeral picture of her where we can see her tits to her dress. So it's going to be okay, y'all. It's going to be okay.
Has California passed that law yet? I mean,
no one shot down those balloons yet. I don't know.
A lot of people are wanting to shoot at them, but
I'm telling you, like, mark my words, though, in like the next couple of years before the next election cycle, she's going to switch sides. Watch.
I mean, I wouldn't put anything past her because I think did you ever see those things? I think it was what was it, Mr. Reagan, who does YouTube videos. Did you ever?
I talk to him all the time on Twitter. I should get him on here. He's a good guy. He's a good friend.
Yeah, he's super cool.
Not a good friend, but we talk all the time. So
But
bet I
did
can
you
get him on
see
here.
when he got his big start? Did you see where he
Mhm.
did the backstory of revealing
Mhm.
where AOC came from and how she
Yes, she
actually,
auditioned for the job.
yeah, that it was a like an
Mhm.
actor's audition
100%.
and blah blah blah, and I mean it's
She
factual.
was
He
too
actually
pretty to
backed
get a
it up.
job in any movies, but she's perfect for like Washington D.C. She's just unattractive enough, or just attractive enough that she'd be a perfect politician. Like that's perfect. She's got the look for that.
I mean, a lot of people like to diss on her, so she's not a bad looking woman, but she's not like no, well, she's not like a great looking
She's
woman.
got a lazy eye.
Yeah, and she's got
So
kind
you
of
know how
like,
she's looking at you. I'm sorry, but as a woman, like when I'm in a relationship with someone, I think someone's hot. I like women to like look at me, like look at me. Her, I don't know what she's looking at. Is it me? Is she bored? What's going on over
hey,
there? Like, is there a
you
balloon?
wonder if they're seeing other people on the side.
100%. And I hate to tell her this, but I don't think that she's going to be successful when she decides to switch to Republican because she's not hot enough for Fox News.
Will says she's a solid 6.
She's a solid 6
she's
from
a
Will.
sex show 6.
Yeah, she's a solid 6 from Will, and Will's pretty based, man. I mean that's and I would give it. I always want to look at her and go, well, why the long face? It's like,
oh, Wilbur.
Right, exactly. I mean, she does have that horse look and that's not necessarily bad. Some people are into that. I think that what's his name?
Jessica Parker. Some people think she's attractive too. I do not understand.
Oh, but Chunk Uger's into those horse face things, So,
he has no pride though. So
everywhere out there's somebody.
Show the Young Turks. How much more offensive can you get? He named the show after a genocide.
I know. And then went out there and said that like if people wanted to bang horses, it should be with the bestiality. It's like, dude, you are
in the background of that. Like Jesus,
you've lost all credibility at this point.
No, it's not that they lost all credibility. They understand the game because it's not about. There's no such thing as good attention or bad attention anymore. It's just attention.
It's just attention. Yep. Bad is just, and a lot of times bad is better than good.
Yeah.
Well, this is part of their religion too. Don't waste a perfectly good crisis.
Right. All publicity is good publicity. You know,
100%.
I mean, that goes way back.
I mean, we know his name. He's a complete moron. We still know his name.
He just says he hasn't seen her face.
Maybe someone will shoot some balloons down for you.
Pete Digits is one of those that believes a 12-pack and a good light switch will solve problems.
Oh.
Right, exactly.
I've only had one Twitter strike in the last 5 or 6 years.
12
The first
hours?
Twitter strike I got was like even when they weren't striking people, but it's only because I started a campaign to send Nancy Pelosi Fixodent, and a bunch of people apparently sent her Fixodent to her. I put the address and I was like, please send her some Denture cream. So they took me down. And then I was, that was like before even they started banning people for stuff. So it was fine. They just let me delete the tweet and I got back on. And then I got like Twitter struck again. And they were like, you have to take this down because I'd started a poll that which is better, A, Nancy Pelosi's beach time boobies, or B, AOC's big juicy booty. Which one are you going to vote for? It's like over 100,000 people like responded before they made me take it down. And I'll do it again. Do it again, damn it. But that makes me ask you, TF, which one, big juicy booty or beach time boobies?
Well, I mean, if I had to choose, I mean, this is like one of those like totally horrible, but if I had to choose between anything on Nancy Pelosi and anything on AOC, I mean, I'm going with AOC over any part of Nancy Pelosi because Jesus Christ, I mean.
Well, I mean, she might be on the market soon. I hear her husband's been in a lot of hammer accidents lately.
Right. Yeah, that is true now. Yeah,
I wouldn't be
thought about
surprised if
that.
he turned up dead. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if he turned up dead because the DUI thing, and like I'm like, well, what are they trying to do there? And then the hammer thing, I'm like, what is going on? Either he's a guy that's having some real problems with dependency issues and drugs and alcohol and stuff, or they're trying to make him look that way so she can get rid of him.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I could see it in the future with him and Hunter Biden riding off into the sunset.
Him and Hunter Biden solve crimes together.
Coming out of the Corvette.
Right. It's like the Thelma and Louise of 2023.
Oh man.
It's not a Cadillac this time.
We need this. We need a cartoon show where Paul Pelosi and Hunter Biden solve crimes and carry their respective weapons, laptops and hammers. I've lost 4 already. Who cares? Keep throwing them.
What's up, Heather? Thanks for stopping in. She says we're too serious. The Chinese are only trying to make the world's largest bowl of egg drum soup.
Oh, no.
How you doing, Heather? Great to see you.
The plane was full of MSG, huh?
Right. Yeah, they were going to starve us to death with
That's why they're
MSG.
pissed. They were like, "You ruined this for us. We were going to get Guinness World Book of Records." Which, as we know, Todd, guys, that's a perfectly good resource, isn't it? Everything they say in the Guinness Book of World Records is 100% correct.
That is right.
Oh,
Even
without
though,
a
like,
doubt.
you know, only 2 flags in the world are square. It's
Yeah,
my show.
we found that out last night, Traveling Fools.
What's that? I must have missed it.
We had a fight.
Well, we did our Jeopardy on my channel, and one of the questions was a square flag. And half of us answered Switzerland, which is one of 2 squared flags, and the other person answered Denmark, which Denmark is not a squared flag.
Okay.
And apparently the Guinness Book of World Records says it is, so they're right.
Says Denmark is a squared flag.
Well, the Vatican City has a square flag as well.
Right. Vatican City and Switzerland are the only 2 with the squared flag. Everybody else is rectangular.
Right.
And what's funny, Traveling Fools, is in the dimensions, it says it's 28 inches by 38 inches. So that's not square.
They're measuring from the base. I would like to say that is cheating. You cannot measure from the base, gentlemen.
Yeah, they were measuring from the base. Hey, I'll be right back. You guys keep this going for a second. I'm sure you can handle that. On that note, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave this to you 2 lovebirds.
And hopefully, come back to a show and not be
right.
So listen,
Heather, that might be the tagline of the night. Chinklup's horses. Oh my goodness.
The Chinese spy Eric Swalwell was banging hotter than AOC.
P-Digit says she's 1 hip injury away from pneumonia. Tell us how you really feel. Oh, well, we know that our politicians have problems with stairs.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton as well. I mean, obviously President Biden. Let's see. Yeah. Or it was Eric Swalwell. Yep.
And
we have some videos. You want to put on a video? Well, TF, I don't know what he's doing. Do you want to put on a video real quick, Ty Guy? We can look at what he's.
I can't. He controls it. I can put it up, but he has to run it.
Okay, I'm back. What do you want me to run now?
I was going to say, why don't we just put on a video while you're gone for a second?
Okay. Well, if you want me to try to put a video on at any point, I can definitely try to do that.
Are you okay? Did the lizard people take you hostage? Blink twice if you're being held against your will, TF. Okay, good. We were worried for a second. Thank you for the proof of life.
I actually forgot I turned my I've been looking at this other screen over here so I can read the chat and looking at trying to run this thing. Yeah, I'm just laughing at the chat.
The chat's actually pretty lively tonight. It's actually
I know.
Really
I know. Our people are a handful, like we are.
Well, you'd have to be like an absolute. You'd have to be fun to actually show up and put up with us to start with. So just being here means that you probably have like a very twisted sense of humor.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
Or a really good buzz on. One of the 2. You either got a great sense of humor or a good buzz on.
Yeah, or you're drunk as shit. So I mean, there's one or the other.
Or both.
Yeah, or both. It could be
both.
We'll
see you in Lincoln Kane after this.
Come up with the daily double.
Which is not AOC's boobs, just to clarify.
The daily double is not AOC. Yeah, okay.
Well, we've been gone for like 2 weeks, so there's a lot of stuff that we didn't get to cover and give our takes on. I don't want to dabble in stuff that's old news too much, but there has been a lot of interesting things. Did you see the Babylon Bee article where they talked about the White House put up a banner that said it's been 1 day since they found classified documents at one of Biden's properties?
Well, have you noticed everybody's stopped talking about classified documents completely now?
Oh, and then now Mike Pence had some, so blee blah blue.
Even Jimmy Carter came out.
Got an envelope. You can't.
Yeah, even Jimmy Carter came out and was like, Jimmy Carter's like, well, I found some classified documents.
Jimmy Carter didn't get an envelope, so I trust him.
He did. Even he's come out and said that he has some too now. And it's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the envelope thing was crazy. Well, you know, it's crazy. Like they lose classified documents, they lose laptops. Dude, I'm starting to worry about all of them now. Like, what's going on?
You know,
over in
maybe
Democrat land.
maybe they hide some of these classified documents in Jimmy Carter's Habitat for Humanity homes.
Very well could. I mean, there's not a better place I could think of.
That's what they're using for insulation.
He opens up a peanut and there's like a Chinese fortune cookie with like a paper thing coming out of it with like classified documents.
You have to go to a Texas Roadhouse on the right night to be able to find them.
Now, didn't Texas Roadhouse, didn't they stop letting people do that? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't eat in chain restaurants.
I don't know. I haven't been there in 5 years.
I think that, well, I haven't either. That's why I'm asking.
We can't keep restaurants like that here in Charleston. We have such a weird, because I guess the what is it, the cooking college, Johnson and Wales used to be here. So our food here in Charleston is off the chain. If you have, we can't keep an Applebee's. Like there's
no.
They have it 4, then they've all failed. And then the Applebee's just won't mess with Charleston anymore. We can't keep like those chain restaurants. People don't go.
That's not the reason. That's not the reason. It's because you must have a shirt on to get into those restaurants.
100%.
Well, no.
People in Charleston just ain't going to put on a shirt to go out to eat.
No, I can attest that fully. I pretty much spend all summer in a bikini, and I do my dead level best not to. Even if I had to go to court, I'd probably wear a bathing suit cover up. That's what's going to happen. So,
no, any good like coastal city or town, anything like that. I mean, nobody's going to eat at a chain restaurant when you have like real seafood restaurants, real things like that sitting right next door.
They come off the dock and they go to the restaurant. You get them out. Like they literally come to table the day of.
Right. Or you can go to Red Lobster or in Charleston and get your seafood that came to 2 weeks ago. It was imported in through this port, the
only people that go there are people that are celebrating their anniversary because the trailer park was full and there wasn't room at the local place down the street for them. Like that's who comes to the Red Lobster. It's like literally just trailer park people, the same people that go to Chuck E. Cheese for birthday parties.
Wait a minute. I want my cheesy biscuits, damn it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But they got the best. They got the best biscuits.
I've never eaten at a Red Lobster in my life. I've never had Red Lobster. I've never had Ruby Tuesdays. You gotta understand, like, I don't eat seafood unless I catch it or I know the restaurant gets it that day. Like, I don't eat that crap. Why? I can go throw a net in my dad's backyard in the creek or whatever and have a mess of shrimp, which is like probably a couple buckets, guys. It's a mess of. I can have a mess of shrimp myself for free. So a can of cat food and I got dinner. So why would I want to go to like Red Lobster? And God knows how long that lobster's been in there. Be like, I got an extra eye. How about me?
In order for you to be my future ex-wife, you've had to at least eaten at either a Shoney's or a Sizzler.
I grew up on Shoney's. They had strawberry pie.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, all right, you're safe. You're safe.
I was worried.
I will share on my Twitter the recipe for Shoney's strawberry pie for everybody, by the way, because you should treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
No, the chain restaurant thing just doesn't fly here. Like, there's been a couple that have tried and they all fail. Like James Island, Mount Pleasant, Johns Island, even out in Hollywood, Ravenel, all the way up to where the I-95 cutoff is. Chain restaurants just don't fly. They won't. Well, work.
Chain restaurants suck.
Well, nobody goes to them here ever. But you got a place like in Ohio. Shout out to people in Ohio. I hope the river doesn't catch on fire again. You got people in Ohio, going to totally offend you when I say this, that just they've never had real food. That's all they've had. Like, that's a restaurant that's going out. They have no concept. They have no concept of having a decent meal in a decent restaurant and it not being like as expensive even as like Ruby Tuesdays and stuff. People just don't build those.
No, because it's not feasible for them. Well, no. Look at it like this. Okay, so you know how Walmart goes in and shuts down every like mom and pop business in the heartland, throughout the country, a place like that, because they have such mass product that they can do that. Now they can't. Well, they can now. Listen, they can't compete with a place on the coast, like restaurant wise, because. But now you go into the center of the U.S., stuff you get away from the coast. A Red Lobster is going to do very well because they have that ability to bring all that seafood in. And bring that because there's such a huge place.
If you don't have seafood near you, don't eat.
Don't eat it. I agree. Don't eat it.
Don't do it. Like, just don't. Like, look, go shoot some deer. You got deer. You don't need seafood. It'll be fine. Just come visit us. Have some decent seafood. Just don't stay. You know you're gonna want to, but don't go home. We can't keep you. But go eat some decent food. That seafood on the coast, and you'll never look back because it's once you freeze it, it's done.
Missy, what America needs is old truck stops again. I miss the
we
old.
already have those lot lizards. We'd already went over this. Like,
well, we don't need the lot lizard. We need the food.
Hashtag bring back the lot lizards.
Someone check his teleprompter, please. Yeah, there's a lot of good restaurants out there that we've lost in the last couple of years. Honestly, like all the stuff that's happened with the pandemic, that's one of the things that makes me the saddest. Like the economy, I think will come back, but I'm bummed out because all my favorite places, like literally all my favorite restaurants, they're gone. They're gone. Not just here in Charleston, but when I've traveled, like everywhere that I like in California, one of my favorite restaurants in New York, one of my favorite restaurants out in Dallas, they're gone. They didn't make it. Here in Charleston, my $4 margarita lunch special place closed down. Now I don't know where I'm going to drink margaritas anymore. That's probably why I'm here on YouTube.
For $4
my
at
YouTube
lunch.
presence can completely be attached to the fact that my $4 margarita restaurant has closed.
Missy, I have $2 margarita restaurants all around.
So he's saying your new place in Mexico is going to be very,
well, it won't be hard to find a maid.
to
There's that.
Oh, that's too funny.
It's true. That's why. Oh yeah. No, Po Folks was awesome because they would give you the biscuits, right? And we would eat the food, and they bring you the biscuit for the dessert, and you put butter and you put syrup on your biscuit, and that was your dessert at Po Folks. Or maybe we were just that poor that we thought that was dessert. I don't know. I don't know.
So you like a little syrup on your biscuit?
Yes, I do. Quincy's. Oh, yeah, dude. All the Ryan's and Quincy's are closed. I'm not even going to comment on that one.
I prefer honey. It's much healthier.
I was so drunk last night. I was showing tie-dye my shoes and bragging about them. That's how drunk I was last night.
Well, I'll tell you what,
thank God it wasn't on air.
Missy, where is your silver medal tonight?
Oh, I took it off to clean it.
Oh, you had to clean it?
Yeah.
That poor kid.
No, I think that when I wear it, it actually protects me against accidents. I know it sounds silly, but it's good luck. But yeah, it's in the little thing that cleans it, whatever the what's it called? The thing that I'm so hungover, guys. I'm really sorry. I had to get some air because I'm sweating. I don't feel good. the buzzy thing that cleans jewelry. Oh,
I know what you're talking about. I forget what they're called.
The best information. That's what we're here for. We're encyclopedias.
that thing that vibrates, right?
Yes. No, we're not doing this.
Batteries.
We're not going to do sexual Nintendos with Missy tonight. Okay. Stop measuring from the base.
So now it's time for the innuendos with Missy.
Well, people ask me
segment of our show.
This is why we got all the help we need. Keeping it rated A, right? Jesus. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's rated P. Jesus, goddamn.
I keep asking for him to come, and he's just like, "No, just the waitresses and the cashiers. We're gonna just rapture them. That's it." Where have they all gone? Oh well.
I don't know the bad jokes I could have gotten from all that just now was, but I will refrain.
I was trying to say something wholesome so we don't get any more sexual Nintendos squished into this space. That's just what we need.
What I'm hoping for is I'm coming back to the States here in a month. I want to go to Walmart and buy some paper and get a paper cut and see if I can file a workers' comp claim because they make me self-check out.
Let's face it, you just want to go to Walmart because you heard the fat girl with the clean car is going to be there in sweatpants.
There you go. She's going to be in sweatpants and see-through.
You know she's responsible. She's got a clean car.
She won't put her buggy away, but that's how you can pick her up,
I'm serious. I'm beginning to think that this is a mythical creature, but I've not quit looking. Y'all, this is real. I mean, cryptozoology does not know there's a fat girl out there that keeps her car immaculately clean. And I just want to say that we will find her. Pictures will come. We just keep looking for it. It's going to happen.
It's like
the immaculate swamp donkey.
Yes, exactly. I know our arms should be to get out of the seat, so I know there has to be magic involved.
And the seat covers are like those perfectly clean, and it's got the cherry on it, the black with the cherry on the thing.
Why take care of yourself when you take care of your car?
Now that you guys are doing this show, I hope Missy will put behind her somewhere the poster, "The Truth is Out There," like from the X-Files. You need that poster. The truth is out there.
I posted on my Twitter the other day a picture that my brother sent me because he's an asshole. He sent me a picture that my mom had like in a box of pictures, and it's me from 2nd grade, and I have on a Cosby sweater, and my hair is crimped. TF, see if you can pull that up on my. Did I send that to you, or did you see it on
the one
the?
You sent me?
Dude, and it says proof. At the bottom, my mom wouldn't buy them. I totally understand why she wouldn't buy them. When you guys see this picture, you're gonna be like, "Holy crap!" But like, I didn't even know this thing existed. My brother found it somehow, and he probably was just saving it for the right moment to fuck with me. So he sends me.
Let me see if it's gonna take me just a second, but I can find this. Hang on a second.
The proof is out there, y'all. The proof is out there.
It would have made a Irma Gerd meme.
100%. Like, this is y'all, you don't understand. That should be the thumbnail for this episode. Just it's a Napoleon Dynamite moment that
well, that's exactly what I sent you back. That thing. I was like, Irma Gerd. Do you remember the Irma Gerd? Like Irma Gerd.
Someone said something. Someone sent something about Mary memes. People kept sending me that. The hair. Oh, that's a Cosby sweater.
Okay, I'm working on it. Here, you guys go on. I'm gonna just keep going. I will pull this up.
Hey, like I said, nothing's embarrassing if you can look back and go, look how far I've come from that. So,
I didn't get to see the name of it today, Missy. Did you see another factory caught fire today?
Another what caught?
Manufacturing in the U.S.
Oh, and there's another one, dude. I know that I've got someone that I'm friends with that's keeping a record of these. There's probably a spreadsheet or something. I need to just figure out who's got that information so we can bring them on here to talk about it extensively. Because everybody's got like their little pet project. Like my friend Rantcast, he's awesome, by the way, guys. Check him out, Rantcast. He's on atnlive.com. Shepherd Umbrellas is an independent media company that he started himself because everybody banned him. So he just started his own company. And now I heard my dog barking. And now he's just got his own thing. But Rantcast is an expert on world fairs. And he can come in and talk about all the crazy stuff, all the coincidences, the fact that they rose Chicago up by like 12 feet at the same time the world fairs were happening. And he goes all into detail. Everyone's got their pet project. I got a friend, Vanessa, her pet project's the Vril. She gives deep diving on the German stuff that they were looking into, and the Vril and how they wanted to do the Aryan thing, and like the artifacts they were trying to find, and where the Nazis went to go find these things. That's her cup of tea. Me, I've got a couple. Like Tartaria is one of my pet projects. The celebrity deaths thing by hanging from doorknobs, that's one of my pet projects. Another one's the Olympic class vessels and their sinkings and the weird coincidences with them. Everyone's got their little thing. So the manufacturing plants, the Tyson chicken plants and stuff in Purdue, there's somebody, I guarantee you, in my group that's like an expert on that and has paperwork and all the stuff you could possibly want. And maybe we'll do a show on that.
Well, like I said, we talked the other day about, the 100,000 chicken layers that just burn up. Well, today I saw manufacturing, and I can't remember if it was in Ohio or Pennsylvania, but one of the two. Yeah, they just lost another manufacturer.
People are going to start having to hook for eggs.
Yeah.
You know that they gave people in Britain, now they're on an actual, what's it called, rationing program for eggs.
Down here it hasn't changed a bit.
I'm just going to get some freaking chickens. Problem solved.
2 days ago, I went out and bought 420 eggs and paid less than $30 for them.
Just like Hitler's birthday, huh?
Yeah.
You bought our Hitler's birthday amount of eggs. What's going on there?
That's right.
What's up? There are no coincidences. Like why would you buy 420 eggs though? Like, what's the purpose of that? Oh,
now was that?
Ding dong! I got it.
No, huge family. We go through a ton of eggs a month. We go through over 600.
I thought you were just luring girls back to your apartment.
Just luring
them. Your wife doesn't know about, like luring them with eggs. Come on, vamonos.
Missy, was that your dog making noises a minute ago?
Yeah, I shut the door.
I just went and checked on mine because I thought it was our little dog screaming. I was like,
no,
okay,
are
you ready for your Are you ready for your picture?
Oh, 100%. I'm not embarrassed about this. Look,
I'm just making sure. Here you go.
Ready? Is it the people in the land?
You're welcome, people.
Here you go.
You too.
I like the way it even says. I like the way it even says. I like the way it even says proof. It's like your mom didn't even buy it, you know?
Yes, the proof is out there. The proof is out there, folks. Keep looking at that girl with the pink card because guaranteed she's out there.
It's just the proof. I mean, you know.
Look at that, you see that card? That's a Carlsberg sweater. It looks like I was the spokesperson for his pudding line.
You know.
I really do like the bangs with the crimped hair. I mean, this is like. All it needs is something bedazzled somewhere, you know.
That's from Olin Mills. Remember Olin Mills?
Oh, Olin Mills.
My mom dressed me like that. It might have been a school. No, that was a school picture. That was because she got approved because she probably made me redo it. But that was back in the day where like you get 1 second, they go, okay, next, and that was it. Because
those Olin Mills people, they didn't mess around.
This is not digitally touched up, y'all. This is.
No, just click, 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 click.
Yeah.
Yeah, Olin Mills sent you through like sheep to the slaughter.
Well, we have those too, where everybody's jumping at the same time for no apparent reason, right? You got dad laying there, like being like, "I did this."
Missy, it's pictures like this. Everybody today is talking about global warming and what we've done to the ozone layer. It was the '80s hairspray that women used on their hair. That's what ozone layer.
100%. It was aqua. It was aqua, whatever it was.
Aquanet.
I have a can of that in my bathroom, but it's only because I use it when I'm like wearing my bathing suit, so it stays in one place.
and they always sold Aquanet in a 7-pack because you use one a day
for the cost of a cup of coffee.
Yeah. You'd hear girls getting ready, and all of a sudden they'd be like coughing 100%. Like hell.
I'm
gonna take a picture now.
Before this picture was taken, I'm sitting there going, and my mom is like, hold on, one more layer.
I watched the girl. It was probably in like the early 90s. And so she had to tease, the hair with all that stuff in there. And she leaned down to hit a bong and lit that lighter up. And her head went up like fucking Michael Jackson in a Pepsi commercial. I mean, we literally we literally dumped the bong water on her head to put her out.
Have you ever accidentally drank the bong water?
Surely not.
No comment.
That's funny, traveling fools, because I was just about ready to say that after the women would do their hair, Dad couldn't smoke for 15 minutes. I'm so happy.
I mean, that poor girl though. I mean, she lost her bangs.
What she's up to? What is she doing now? Does she like run an Amway store in Atlanta, Georgia?
What is she doing she's now? Like Nancy Pelosi, Missy. She's like Nancy Pelosi.
Get through the AIDS crisis. I want to know what happened to this woman.
She's still drawing on her eyebrow.
Right.
I'm surprised, definitely.
She's had her seventh plastic surgery face, done. Yeah, it was hilarious, but it was scary. It was like all of a sudden, I'm not going to say her name, but all of a sudden her head was like just, going up. We're like, holy shit.
She's the reason they put warnings on things.
5 seconds after that happened, Traveling Fools called her the Hindenburg.
Yep, she went down on everybody.
Oh no! Hi guys, like, does she like eggs?
Oh, Traveling Fools! That reminds me of a girl I went to school with. We called her birthday cake. Everybody got a piece.
Don't make it. Birthday. I had a girlfriend of mine, and I don't care. She's a bitch anyways. Her name was Holly. And I found out much later when I quit being friends with my brother. I was like, oh, you didn't know? Everyone called her the Holly Trolley because everybody got a ride. I was like, oh, no. Oh, no. Or, like, don't name your kids things like this, folks. What's wrong with you?
Oh, jeez. I went to school with a bunch of people. And I say went to school, but I graduated from a school there was like a whole family of inbred people. And it was really weird because they were all like albino.
It was the British royal family, right?
No, this was absolutely not. But it was weird because they were all they were all albino, and they had like lobster claws for hands.
Hang on,
and
wait, stop.
It was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen in my life.
Again. A family of albino inbred people
with lobster claw hands. With lobster claw hands. It was screwed up.
Doctor? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was definitely screwed up. It was insanity.
Where did you see this like monstrosity at Vatican at the?
No, I had to go to
Like,
school with the people.
It was a private school.
No, it was not a private school. I went from going to like, prestigious, private schools in Miami and yeah, other, like, I won't, give
you
my
had
whole
to
history
Miami.
away.
The clock town.
It ended up in Appalachia in this school with like, I'm like graduating high school in this place with these people that are like, holy cow, what's going on here? This is insanity.
Yeah, you know what the Appalachian mating call is, right? It's when you shake a bottle of pills. That's how you find them in the woods. Have you ever seen Jessica White, the Dancing Outlaw? Oh, I'm writing that in the list of movies to watch together.
Movies to watch.
So P Digits, I've watched that go really wrong for somebody in Umbros. Umbros are soccer shorts, and I played soccer, and I watched that go horribly wrong for somebody.
We weren't allowed to wear those in school. They were called paper shorts, and they were on the do not wear list.
Oh, really? They wouldn't let you wear Umbros?
No.
Oh,
Umbros.
man.
Paper shorts is what they call them. And that was when I was in public school, even like when I was in like elementary school, it was on the list of the items you weren't allowed to wear to school were paper shorts. So I don't know what that meant, but
I'm lucky. I'm old. I grew up with Daisy Duke shorts, women wearing Daisy Dukes.
I
remember,
do,
the early 80s Tide guy was like, I mean, if you weren't, I've got pictures of like my brother and I with, the knee-high socks. And I mean, our shorts are so goddamn short.
We're wearing those too.
Right, exactly. I have nothing against them on women, especially, but, I mean, people nowadays, they're like, oh, I don't know. I don't mind. Hell,
as Bill Burr says, everyone was rollerblading, and one guy called him the F word, a pile of sticks. And then all of a sudden, no one was rollerblading anymore. Now we're eating our rollerblades, consuming a credit card of microplastics a week. Those are all the rollerblades. But rollerblades are making a comeback now. Did you know that? Rollerblades is like coming. That's a cool thing now. So like these kids, I guess they're trying to be like counterculture or like whatever happened to the hipsters. Like, guess this is the next coming. And they're all like rollerblading now. Like Tim Pool's like, I built a rollerblading, freaking half pipe. I'm like, dude.
I don't think it ever disappeared in Miami. I mean, you can still go to South Beach and go to like Ocean Walk, and there's still going to be hot chicks rollerblading.
Stereotype. It's a stereotype.
There's still going to be hot chicks rollerblading in thongs, by you. You're going to see it, and it's not a horrible thing. I'm not a rollerblader, but I definitely am a fan of rollerbladers. So
they probably have a police group that there's some that are on the horses. You probably have police officers on rollerblades in Miami Beach.
The one that always got me traveling fools when they tried to say that bell bottoms are making a comeback. They wasn't in style when they were in style. I hated bell bottoms.
Oh, they did. They came back when I was in seventh grade. Paige Burrows was her name because she had a pair of her mom or whatever's bell bottoms and wore them to school, and I was so jealous. And then they came back for a while. Everybody was wearing that stuff in like the early 90s. I think even like Dennis Leary commented on his No Cure for Cancer album where he's like, I want bell bottoms so big homeless people can live underneath them.
Yeah, no.
I mean, they were very big, Tide guy. They were very big in the 60s and early 70s.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to the Black Crowes
Brady Bunch where they all had. I hated bell bottoms.
I love the Brady Bunch because it proves that Arnold Schwarzenegger's baby mama has been around a lot longer than we realize, and we should definitely look into that situation more because he married the maid, and that definitely looked like Alice. Have you seen that picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger's baby mama? Woo. Yep. I'm a little bit worried about politics when that's the last Republican governor that California had.
The Arnold.
I can't believe Gavin Newsom. How has he not been like? I just picture guys in the hood being like, let's go make a run. Right? He's so
because
bad.
He gives everything free to all the people, and they just keep voting for him.
The blacks in California freaking hate him.
Oh yeah,
hate him. They call him the plantation driver and things like that. They hate his guts.
Oh yeah,
I don't because he's done just awful things for their community. I really don't blame him. The way that he moves money around and the decisions that he makes really hurts the black communities. Well, for a while they were doing good, and now they're right back where they were. So they're pissed. Hang on. I've got friends that have chickens and have been giving me eggs for the last 2 years. Did you just call yourself out like that, Pete Diggs?
Right. Yeah, we're all yes. Hey, when you hear us rolling up in the morning to come get them fucking eggs, you
You better give me that eggs.
PJs, you gotta keep these things to yourself, man.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is Ty Guy's going to have to find something else to lure you into his cabin that his wife doesn't know about. I hate wearing turtlenecks too.
Burn down next week as part of the getting rid of the eggs.
I don't know why I'm just seeing this. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention to the chat. But TJ's, you're 100%. I hated wearing turtlenecks too. I feel like I'm being slowly choked. It's the worst feeling. They're very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I hate women in turtlenecks too. It's
so
very uncomfortable.
In West Virginia. You went to school in West Virginia?
No, I didn't, but close enough. I mean, as far as having the inbred people, yes.
Where was it? Georgia?
Maybe
North
Kakalaki,
okay,
maybe
rural Georgia. People don't understand this. There's a reason they made the movie
Deliverance.
Yes, there's a reason why.
The movie did it ding ding.
Dude, Florida, there are pockets in Florida where you're just like, oh my God, you think you've seen the most white trash you've ever seen, and then you keep driving and it gets worse, and then it gets worse, and you're like, oh my God, like, where are we? It's like you go out of Orlando with all the Disney stuff, and you go to Lake County, and it's like, holy crap. The same thing's true in Georgia. You leave Atlanta, and you're just like, whoa, okay, this is happening. What's going on here?
I know, but one funny thing is nowadays, though, you leave Atlanta and go, holy shit, I'm glad to see these inbred people because Atlanta's
probably safer.
More. You get out. What's up, Friction Vixen? You made it here. Thank you so much for stopping in. Good to see you.
I love your name.
Oh, and she's cool as hell. You
missed it. You missed all the sexual Nintendo talk we had earlier because it would have been perfect if you walked in then.
No, Friction's cool. She's my friend.
She just came in after eating an omelet. She gets chicken eggs every day, so she must have had an omelet and then come in and thought she'd brag about it.
Friction Vixen. Hey, Friction Vixen is a Slob Olympics competitor. She actually competes in the Slob Olympics and does quite well. You would have loved her costume last year, Tide Guy. She came as she came as a pregnant Alabama cheerleader to the Slob Olympics last year. It was absolutely hilarious.
Nice.
Friction's good. I love her to death. She's
I need more. Okay, hang on. You get to dress up for this thing?
Yeah, costume is mandatory.
Well, for people who are competing, it's mandatory.
No one told me this yet. No, I'm going to sign up and then just not do any of it. Just so I can wear a costume.
Yeah, costumes aren't.
I have to sign up and then not do actually do anything so that, what's her name? Nobody has to be last place. I can be last place. So people won't feel like they are scared to try because they won't be last place. I'm taking that spot.
Yes,
take them on for the team.
She wanted to correct it. She wanted to correct it. She was a crying pregnant Alabama cheerleader.
I mean, I get it. You're going to be off the team. And
I'm going to send you a horse head. I'll send you a horse head. You can go as AOC.
Did you say a horse head?
Yeah, so you can be
Are
AOC.
You threatening me now? Oh, no. I'm going to have to come up with something. I'm pretty good at putting together really messed up costumes. So... And that's going to be March 3rd to 5th, right?
Yep.
I think so. I wish Tide Guy was coming. Friction Vixen is coming, though.
Man, I wish I could.
Hey, would any of you two mind? I mean, it's almost 2:00 now, so we've been on here for almost 2 hours. Would any of you two mind if I know Friction had asked earlier if she could make it and show up, if she could come on? Do you guys?
We're going to delete this soon, anyways, along with all the first 10 ones when we get better.
Hey, Friction, would you like to jump up and join us? If so, if you would just let me know and I'll drop the link for you, Friction. You can jump up and join us for a second. Friction's always a load of fun. She's a firecracker. Always fun. So just let me know, Friction, if you want to jump up.
She said
Friction,
sure.
If you want to come up for just a second, I need to go to the ladies' room and lock my doors anyways and make sure my dog gets not barking. So if you want to come up here and hang out for a second so I can go take care of a couple of things, I would greatly appreciate it because you can't leave these two alone.
We'll start plotting.
He is now exiting the closet.
We'll start
exactly.
plotting.
And then I pulled out my gun.
Your BB gun.
Yes, yes.
There you go, Friction. There you go. Jump on and join into the insanity with us if you would like. I don't know. This show has gone from like talking about spaceships flying over volcanoes and balloons.
The chicken eggs being used to lure people to that guy's stabbing cabin his wife doesn't know about. He's trying to find the mythical fat girl with a clean car.
It puts the yolk on its skin.
I'm looking for the chupacabra, damn it.
It puts the yolk on its skin.
Oh, that'll be an awesome scene in the upcoming Paul Pelosi and Hunter Biden solve crime series.
Crackhammer will be the name of it. What do you think? Crackhammer.
Crackhammer is perfect. Exactly.
Crackhammer is perfect name for Biden and Pelosi's new show.
And here we have Friction Vixen checking in. What's going on, Friction Vixen?
Nice to meet you.
I'm the new jackhammer that comes in on Pelosi's house. I come in from the back door because they had no security system. Pow, 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 pow.
It's not the back door you're thinking of, sweetheart.
Hey, how much money do they screw over people every year? And they have no security system to say, hey, error, intruder in your backyard and busting in through your back window. It's a shame that I lived across from the bay from them.
Did you put your name in as the hair because you saw my glorious picture a few minutes ago?
Oh no! Well, no. People used to call me. They used to say my hair because my hair.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I just that was an old thing from I don't know 6 months ago. Like, I haven't been on live much, so that's just a very, very old thing.
Okay, I'm gonna go run to the ladies. Thank you for filling in.
But you got long hair too.
Yes, I do.
Blonde hair.
My long hair can't cover up my redneck. And I've won every fight I've ever fought.
Well, I've won every fight I've ever fought, but I don't have quite a redneck as you. Mine is more olive tone.
Oh well, we've got Waffle House. We got 2 Waffle Houses here, so
learn early. Hey, I used to work at Waffle House, and I had the prettiest teeth there.
Oh, you probably had the only teeth there.
I used to do the overnight shift. I used to work 2 shifts. I used to work the Mellow Muster, and I used to do. And I'll tell you what, if you work from 11 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the morning, if you have the best teeth in the house, you're gonna get the most tips out of anybody around.
YouTube, and I don't make any money for it. That's bullshit. I should just go hang out at Waffle House and tell jokes.
Go to Waffle House, you make a killing.
I can make some money. I got all my teeth.
Heck yeah. Let's bring a dozen eggs.
Well, that was also when I was 18, and that was 16 years ago.
Well, age is just a number, and if you're drunk, nobody cares or notices anyway, so it's fine. I'm gonna thank you for filling in for me, darling. I appreciate you. Just a quick warning: don't listen to Ty Guy. He's gonna try to groom you with eggs. Just don't take any eggs from him, okay? I'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks for filling in. Do not no vominos, okay?
Don't worry.
Tide guy's like, I can scramble them over easy, the sunny side up, whatever you'd like. I got the eggs, ladies.
Hey, and I'm in Mexico, so I got fentanyl.
and a Rufinol. We won't mention that. So, Friction Vixen, how you doing tonight?
I am actually. You see what I'm doing?
Looks like you're bagging up food in sandwich baggies.
No, I'm actually about to cook my dinner. I had ribeye out from earlier that I'm about to cook now for dinner. This is my dinner. I've been working on a closet all night and custom floating shelves with a live wood edge in my bathroom.
Yeah, I saw you earlier. You were on Edward's stream. I thought he was gonna break his nose trying to staring at the screen. He kept getting so close, but it was entertaining. My wife and I we were sitting there watching that stream, and it was like, Jesus Christ, Edward's just going crazy here.
Okay, so look, so you're the cabinetry or the wood, the special custom guy. So let me ask you. What your opinion is on this real quick. I'll just give it a quick flash because TJ's in there sleeping. But These are my new little custom shelves.
Now we don't allow quick flashes.
Yeah, no quick flash.
So what do we got? What do we got going on here?
These are floating live edge wood shelves.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
These are completely custom, like from the mounts and like any hardware that was made custom. And not cool? Is it like?
No, I like it. I'll be honest. I'm not a fan of the curtain, but the shelves look great.
Oh. Don't tell my mom that.
Well, that was my next question. I was going to say, did you get that from your mom when she was selling all her old stuff?
No, my mom made those custom for us.
Oh, way to go, traveling fools!
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm just giving my honest opinion. I mean, it would look great with some nice, 2-inch wood blinds or some plantation shutters or something like that going up in there, but.
No, I have not updated. Like, I don't know if you understand the person that. Well, I mean, you understand the fun and wonderful person that I could be, but like the cheap person that I can be, I don't think you understand how much I commit to that. Like I go to the Restore and I go to Goodwill, shit like that, and that's where I live.
Hey, that's high class to me. I go to the Mexican markets. I mean,
Tide Guy's
the only way that I'm going to put nicer blinds in my house is if they come at like a 75% cut.
Vixen, I buy the stuff that people in the U.S. won't buy at Goodwill.
Tide Guy lights his house and gets his light from Our Lady of Guadalupe candles. So
I can bust one of those out of my freaking bedroom right now. I actually have 2 of them.
Vixen, don't laugh. I got a 6-pack in the bedroom.
They're so cheap, and they're like the freaking largest, tallest candle. And they're in glass, so you don't have to worry about them dripping everywhere.
Exactly. And Traveling Fools makes fun of them. I mean, come on.
Hey, man, look, I grew up Catholic, and there's like all the candles that we had around were like in tall glass motives. We're like, we're going to reuse that shit. We're going to put some melted wax back up in there, put a new wick in it. We're going to reuse it.
Right. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Right?
I
grew up Catholic too, and I just realized a few years ago I must have been an ugly kid.
Let's not go there, man. I'm still Catholic. I'm still Catholic, so I wasn't altar boy. I never had any of those problems, but I'm sure they happen out there, as they do in every other religion. So
yeah, exactly.
Hey, I don't claim it to my family, but I am still Catholic as well, and it's my own personal thing. And my brother was an altar boy.
Yeah, I was too.
He never had anything happen to him, and I think he could honestly tell me if that had been the case.
Yeah, all my brothers were as well, and I was. None of us ever had any problems but our parents were smart enough to never put us in situations where those things could have happened. So.
Well, also my great aunt, my great aunt, my great aunt, and my great uncle, and my other great uncle also pretty much ran the church that we were in. So it's like, ain't no funny business here, bro.
No, and it's and I'll be honest here. I'll say something that I love the Catholic religion, like I really do, like what it represents and what it is. Now, it is a religion that has been tarnished by the evil of humanity. I mean, has come in there and been wrecked. As far as the doctrine and the religion itself, I like it. And I'm not to say that I'm the best Catholic and that we go to church every Sunday or none of that jazz. I'm far from that. I'm far from that. But if I have to say, what religion are you? And yes.
Which, by the way, I didn't want to put out any false representation of who I am. I didn't go to church. I don't go to church every day.
Traveling Fools, are you?
You on the same boat, Traveling Fools.
Are you the Catholic I said like I was the other day? For Christmas, I went to church and the preacher said, I would like you to be a warrior of the Lord. I said, well, I am a warrior of the Lord. He says, I only see you at Easter and Christmas. I said, well, I'm in the Secret Service.
I'm in the CIA. Yeah, I totally feel you. I'm in CIA.
Yeah, I'm CIA. I'm Secret Service. I only come on to what I want, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I love that.
Religion's been tainted. Every different religion is
I don't
tainted
care
in
what
its own way.
religion. And the sad thing is, it gets overblown with the Catholic Church. I'm not saying that what happened wasn't terrible, but it wasn't as many people as you think. I mean, it wasn't like every church and every,
Well, okay. So here's perspective on it. Like in reality, when you have a church run by one organization that is worldwide, one organization, and thousands of things happen, it's like thousands of things happen when you have Ebenezer Baptist Church and one thing happens. Well, it's only the one thing that happened at Ebenezer's Baptist Church. So it's not a news thing. It happens in every single thing. There's weird freaking people out there.
Oh yeah.
It's always going to happen. You ain't going to be. I've known some priests that I thought were really freaking weird and I stayed the hell away from. And I've known some priests that were some of the most wonderful, I used to get boxing lessons and, box with priests and had all kinds of cool that were manly. I remember back in the day, you'd go in there into the monastery and you'd meet the old priests and they'd box with you and drink, they'd be drinking scotch and they'd be like these manly men that were cool as hell, telling dirty jokes, having beers, and were just normal people. And those still exist.
You want to know something weird? When I was like probably 19 and I was pregnant with my kid, that was 15 years ago, for y'all that don't know, I was dating a guy who I didn't realize at the time when I moved out to Missouri into his family that his family was, I think, Episcopalian, the ones that speak in the tongues.
Oh yeah.
And the pastor used to like go out there and I mean, I grew up Catholic, and I think that I have my own personal relationship between me and my creator or whatever, and I keep that my own personal business. I don't need to display that to everybody else because that's not something that needs to be displayed to everybody else. It's between me and whoever else.
Right.
But
I agree with that.
Like, I mean, at the end of the day, you have the right to
even then, I respect it. Oh, what?
You got the right to share what you want and what you don't want to share. And I hate it when people try and get your business. What church do you go to? I'm like, it's none of your damn business. How about that? We're in YouTube church right now, right? There's two more that are gathered. Church.
It's like I respect religion, and I respect everybody's point of view, and I respect, how they want to carry themselves or how they want to portray their spiritual world. But this dude used to go out there and be like, like he used to speak in like the religion that used to speak in tongues. I think it's Episcopalian, right?
No, Episcopalians speak in tongues.
Pentecostal. Yes.
No, Episcopalians speak in tongues in different ways these days.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this was 15 years
Probably
ago.
fools handle snakes in his high school, so.
But they used to get up there and they used to speak like freaking crazy and shit. But I was able to connect to this dude in just a very few ways. Hey, guess what? Whatever you have going on up there is between me and you and me and them. And I was able to have the respect for that level. But I agree with you that on the Catholic religion that everything is getting kind of turned around because people have all this shit to say about altar
as
boys
above,
and
so below. It's called as above, so below.
The only problem I have with the Catholic religion, and I'm glad I had a great grandfather that got me out of Catholic school in 3 weeks. The little penguins like to beat your hand with a ruler.
Oh man,
I've been there. I went to
those
catechism.
penguins. Oh, those penguins. I love the penguins, though. When I look back and I go, you know what? You didn't disrespect the penguins. You see all this crap going on. And no, hold on, Missy. You see all this crap going on with school now with these kids back talking and doing all this shit. You didn't do that to fucking penguin. That penguin would come in there and she'd talking to you to your teeth and do with that rule. Oh, no, that put the fear of God in you. Yeah.
Traveling fools. I got my hand.
Literally the fear of God.
My grandpa got me out of there, man.
She's representing God.
The reason that these nuns are like that, guys, I want you to think about this. Okay, so you've got a bunch of women that are definitely not having relations. There's no men to tell them that their emotions aren't in control. There's no logic there, right? And then there's no man like that's overseeing everything a lot. So now you've got women, and they're on the run.
Sexually frustrated.
No one's gonna like talk them out of it. No one's like, you know what, Sister Mary Joseph, like, don't you think you're being a little bit emotional?
No,
it's
like, Sister Mary of no, Missy. It's Sister Mary of perpetual pain.
Yes, Sister Mary of yeah. I can't believe I have to put up these little shits. I didn't want to have kids. That's why I became a nun.
Oh man, they used to chuck the books at us. I've been hitting the side of the head with a book, had my knuckles wrapped, but you know what? It made me a better person. I
had to get the hell out of traveling fools. I got whooped too many times. I was too ornery to stick around.
I don't know if everyone was talking at the same time, so I don't know if you guys heard this, what I said, but it's true that there was no ADHD. There was BELT, and that was it.
Yep, exactly.
You didn't do it.
You had ADHD. Dad beat it out of you.
Yeah, ADHD didn't exist. I mean, it's really a made-up thing by doctors because kids are kids and they don't know how to fucking control them as much as they want to.
A lot of doctors don't have kids.
Well, oh shit!
I tell you
Sorry,
what,
I'm burning my house out.
These kids today had a grandpa with a knife and told you to go cut your own switch and come back and get your ass beat.
100%. My grandma used to keep it on my grandma kept one on the refrigerator just so you wouldn't forget. Yeah. You would not forget that was there. And of course, that's not the one she used. She made you go outside and pick a green one, and she would switch through the air because if she spanked you with the switch and it broke because it was like a stick, because you're like, I'm gonna pick the one that's gonna hurt the least. She'd spank you with that one till it broke and go make you pick another.
Yeah, and start over because it broke. You had to start over. Yeah.
You walked around in summertime with bruises on your ass and like marks across your legs, and nobody, oh, you got it, huh? Like nobody wanted to call the cops or CPS. That didn't happen. You got your ass beat. Your neighbors would beat your ass.
Oh, and
yeah.
You.
Yeah, you go over there.
No. Back in the day, my uncle was trying to beat my ass. My dad said, "Hey, you put your hands on my kid. I'm the only one that fucking puts my hand on my kid."
Not in my neighborhood.
If I got you better step off before I fucking kill you.
We had a lady down the street, and we were eating her crab apples, and we were told. My parents said, "Don't eat your crab apples."
You ate crab apples?
They were apples. I don't know. They were sour.
Yeah,
they were good.
I'm eating crab apples.
Ooh. We were eating them off of her tree. They were just sour apples. I don't know if they're crab apples. They were little green apples. They were delicious though. We were eating them and she would get mad. So she caught me taking one night, and she called my mother. She grabbed me by my wrist, right, with it in my hand, and calls my mom and is like, "You need to get down here. Your daughter, she did it again." And she goes, "I don't need to come down there. You can just spank her." So I've been spanked by my neighbors.
Well, that's understandable, but when I'm from California, and growing up, things were a lot different out there than it was out here in Georgia where I live now.
No.
And it's like,
oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but I'm saying okay, so when I was in catechism, they pretty much, my parents signed over the rights to these priests and these nuns to slap my wrist and freaking, hold me up in the damn room if I was acting like a badass. But at schools, they weren't allowed to do that at that same time. But then I find out that out here around that same time that teachers were still able to do that same thing, regular
when I was
teachers.
in elementary school, they had a paddle in the principal's office, and I've been paddled.
And I went to school one day and
wait a minute. I want to know this. Just in elementary school or
I don't know because I only went to that school till third grade.
Okay. So this isn't something that's currently happening.
Yeah, but my principal spanked me. And this was public school, by the way. This is a public school.
That's what my husband said that he was.
So they go for the air faster.
So where do you live?
That at the time that was in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I'm in Charleston, South Carolina now.
You're in where now?
Charleston, South Carolina. But this, when I was little, it was in Wilmington when the principal snapped me.
I thought or you said South Carolina. Okay.
Yeah,
South
Carolina.
Okay. I was like, I heard a story just said Charleston, North Carolina. I'm like, there's a Charleston, North Carolina, and South Carolina.
No, there's in Wilmington, North Carolina. We lived there for a few. My dad had a church.
Wilmington, that's what I'm. Okay.
Wilmington, yeah.
He had a church there, and then we moved to Charleston because he went back to work for my grandfather because he quit being a pastor. He still marries people and buries people and counsels in between, but he doesn't do the church thing. He kind of got disillusioned by it and doesn't like that anymore. So, but
how do people survive out in North Carolina? Sorry,
it's a little bit different up there. But the reason that they do the talking in tongues thing is because the Pentecostals believe that because God created. He spoke everything into being, and then he created us out of clay in his image. And because we're not able to understand the language that God has, it's them trying to speak to God in a language that he can understand and only he can understand. And if other people can understand it, then it proves that we can speak things into being and it has more power. That's what that's all about. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's why they do it though.
Well, let me just say this. Friction, hold on a second. Let me just say first, what's up? Fishing Football, thanks for coming in. But secondly, there's crazy people out there that think that handling rattlesnakes is a smart idea, and that you won't get bit.
Punchline.
And I mean, there's lunatics. I've got friends who are Muslim. I have many Muslim friends. We spend a lot of time in Indonesia, which is the largest Muslim country in the world. So I have many Muslim friends. I've got many Hindu friends. I've got Buddhist friends.
Wait a minute. I just talked to what is this thing you guys call friends? I don't have none.
Right, exactly. Tide guy, I'm your friend, man. You have a friend, dude.
Okay, now I got a friend. All right.
You got a friend.
You always have a friend in Jesus.
Yeah, you always got a friend around here, Tide guy. You know that. You know you got my number. You can call me anytime you want to talk friends stuff. I got your back, brother.
I'll see when I call him at 5:00 one morning. He's like, "That son of a bitch."
Yeah, I'm gonna call him at 3:00 in the morning on like a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'll probably be awake.
Like I don't have any friends either. Do you feel bad for me?
Friction, I'll probably be awake at 3 a.m. And if you called me at 3 a.m. on a Wednesday, I would answer. More than
the problem is, he wouldn't answer. He wouldn't answer. He'd be like, "Dixon, I'm doing a show. Just come on in. We're still on."
No, I would actually wonder if you'd be like, "Hey, Friction, you got rid of that video, right?"
No, yeah, exactly. Friction's got the video of me. Friction Vixen. No, Friction Vixen's got blackmail video of me. No, Friction Vixen has blackmail video of me in a blizzard peeing off a deck.
On somebody's head.
Did you say deck?
Was it a deck? Yeah. Hey, it did. Well, it was cold. It was shrinkage. It was cold. I'm telling you.
I on somebody's head below, trying to check into the lobby.
I took some Tylenol, so hopefully I feel better in a minute. I took a Tylenol and an Advil.
There was shrinkage.
Right.
It was cold.
I mean, it was like 7 degrees. Come on, guys. Cut me some slack.
All right, so I got a question.
It literally was a blizzard.
So I got a question I've been wanting to ask you guys, and this seems like a perfect segue. Does anybody else in the chat? I would love to see your responses as well. Does anybody else get totally legitimate? I'm sure they're legitimate. Invitations to join the Illuminati in your DMs.
Yeah, those will definitely.
I keep asking, they're not really responding. I keep asking them where to mail the check, and they just keep telling me their benefits. I don't know. I know I've been asked to join the Illuminati, but because they haven't taken the check yet, I'm not sure if it's official. But I'll keep you guys posted and updated about my status as being an official Illuminati member. Shortly, as soon as they.
Here's a serious question for you, Missy, and Traveling Fools and Vixen.
I really want to know does other people get that though.
I moved to Mexico, so does my friend in India call you guys every day to check on you guys about your car warranty?
Oh, worse.
Or he asked to buy my house.
I miss that guy.
It's worse. He goes into Twitter Spaces and tries to practice his
English. Would you like to sell your house, Mom? Please, I'd like to offer you a payment right now.
Yeah.
All right,
Sometimes
give me
you
about
turn it-
500,000.
You just turn it all the way off and then turn it back on again, and then they don't answer. So
When they
it's
don't
good. And his name is Kevin. Yes,
Bob. He's Bob.
definitely.
His
He's
real
definitely
name
not
is
a scammer.
Akbar Adubati.
He rides a camel
I met
today. He's a camel rider.
I find it fascinating about what trends tend to pop up as far as like scams. Because remember, like for the longest time, we had the Nigerian emails, right? And then for a while there, it was like, I mean, obviously the thirst trap thing's a real thing. People get like their DMs like spammed, like email thirst trap stuff, where people will have like Instagrams that they take. I mean, I have mine currently hacked. So someone has my Instagram trying to say they're me. They're not, but guys, totally go support those nudes because she's got a pretty good body. I won't deny that it's not me, but you can think it is. But that's one that came along for a while. Then there was this whole Nigerian food. They're like, we have no money, donate food to us. Nigerian, not Nigerian. It was it was Nigeria again, in Africa.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's one that's been going on for a while. And now the latest one is people that are from India. That their thing is they want to argue about religion, but in broken English. I don't know what that's
I
about.
haven't seen that yet.
Do not give my God a
grandparents
peanut.
live in Nigerian.
Do not give my God a peanut.
Yeah, I'm eating a cheeseburger right now, bro. I can't hear you. Sorry, but no, that's the thing. They want to premise the argument. They start arguing with you about religion in broken English, and then they start making it into a scam thing later on. It's very interesting.
Well, they actually finally caught the Nigerian prince, right?
There was only one.
Well, a few years ago, it was a guy in California that had actually put that whole scam on. That it like started.
Sounds about right.
And they actually they caught the guy. They caught the Nigerian prince. So.
And they beat him with a hammer. Pelosi was there.
Yeah, that's
Right,
definitely
exactly.
not a psyop. That is definitely not a psyop. There's not. We
No.
got him. We got him good for you guys.
Got him.
Hey guys, let me do something here real quick. And let's all be nice here and have fun for a second. But Nate the Great, or so his account says, Nate the Hooters waitress would like to jump in for a second. Nate, if you're wearing that costume, please don't come in. I really don't want to see this. But
Nate, what's your favorite thing that rhymes with slammer?
No. Let's not encourage Nate. Let's not encourage Nate. There's been enough hammer
Let's just
talk.
make sure it's him.
It is Nate. What's up, Nate? What are you bringing to the party tonight?
Well, I'm not gonna talk about the hammer, which is okay. But I was gonna say, I don't have my Hooters outfit on, so that's good.
Thank you. I'm glad you don't have your Hooters outfit on.
I wanted to see it, Nate.
No. That's not
no.
Christian. You can go to Pigskin Pete's show last night and see Nate in his Hooters costume if you would like to.
It is
What?
hilarious, but
It is very intrusive.
Yeah. But anyway, guys.
These restaurants are really desperate for waitresses, aren't they? It's gotten really bad, hasn't it?
I might be the first ever waiter, to be honest, but whatever. I was gonna come on, just say hey and stuff, but I was gonna tell you guys that how many days till the Slob Olympics, but just a quick.
Well, yes, I would love to know how many days till the Slob Olympics, Nate. Nate's been doing the Slob Olympics countdown for the past year. So how many days, Nate?
Don't need to make a
28.
promotion video.
So basically 26
28 days.
days.
Oh, 26. Holy
That's
crap.
just long enough to kick a habit.
Exactly. We can get out of this habit before we go.
It's the shortest month of the
Yeah.
year.
It's 26 days and it was 3 weeks and 5 days and 7 hours till Slob Olympics.
All right.
In
Well,
7
that's cool.
hours. Down to the hour.
No, he's got this shit down. He's got a countdown going on
He's
his
already
phone
wearing
for the
his
past
costume.
year.
Yeah.
No, please don't.
So what time is Bob Olympics starting then?
I don't know. I guess like 6:30. I don't know.
What?
Traveling
When did
12
it ever start at 6:30?
I don't know.
Because
I
people stay up
said-
all night and don't sleep, so that's why they show up at that time.
No,
Yeah,
there's no way.
He's gonna be sleeping on the couch out in the lobby.
Yeah, no friction. Not the couch, the love seat. When we came out of that elevator and walked out, Nate's like 6 foot.
Yeah, 10 minutes after the elevator worked.
Yeah, Nate's like 6'6", and somehow or another he can comfortably sleep on a love seat.
Yeah, I was sleeping like a
in,
baby.
in a
Not a couch.
hotel lobby.
It's not a seat. It's a love seat.
Love seat.
But yeah, anyway, I just
I'm feeling the love.
tell y'all
Kind of squishy.
that, and I love y'all, and until the Salt Olympics, then yeah. Now,
Well, I love you. I love you too, Nate. You know that, man. You know that, my friend, my brother, my everything. You know I love you. I can't wait to see you, man. I cannot wait to see you.
And Vic,
I hope you know that TJ and I love you too. I mean, we pretty much offered up a place to stay for you, and we offered to pick you up with your mama. So
yeah,
we love you too.
I'm looking up on Amazon if I can find an Alabama cheerleader's costume.
But yeah,
Oh no, I handmade that.
I know I have to leave right now, but
I painted it and everything
real
custom.
Quick, VicTube. I know you're asleep, but
shots at VicTube again.
While sleeping.
Now, Nate, let me just say this is a family show, so make sure you don't cuss or anything.
No, I won't cuss. I'm hopefully don't cuss, but I won't.
Hopefully don't cuss. Love you, Nate.
Gotta have goals.
I know you're sleeping and stuff, and I just want to let you know I'm gonna kick your butt in the Salt Olympics. There you go.
There you go, VicTube. The gauntlet has been laid once again, VicTube.
At least someone's getting laid.
And that was the great Nate the Great. The great Nate the Great.
He falls into the
Screw you, Nature Boy. TF been hanging out with me. Yeah, I do. What's up, Nature Boy? Thanks for being here, man.
My brother-in-law is a really great director down here for commercials. And he just got the account for Hooters. And I told him, I said, this is $1 million slogan. Come for the wings, stay for the breast. And they wouldn't accept it. that should be.
Well, they're a family establishment. So.
Shouldn't that be Hooters slogan? Come for the wings, stay for the breast. You know, I mean.
I like it.
How old is old enough to take your son to Hooters? Asking for a friend.
6 months.
Yeah.
He won't remember that anyways.
No, exactly.
He's definitely going to be interested.
And he'll be in heaven. I mean, Jesus Christ, he'll be like so confused and wandering around. I've got nothing against any of those kind of things like that. I mean, there's nothing abnormal about taking your child to Hooters. It's just a freaking showing with girls showing a little bit of cleavage.
It's a wholesome learning experience about how people will take advantage of you later.
6 months might be too young because you'll be like, damn, these things come in other sizes.
Right. Yeah. All of a sudden he doesn't like mama no more or something like that. You know,
sorry,
that's
Mom,
why.
You got to keep him away from AT&T commercials as well. Have you guys seen that Lily chick?
Oh, no.
For some reason, my son will only eat it.
She's like, you know, the guy that wore the fake boobs that was the teacher in Canada? She's like that in real life. The AT&T girl that does all the commercials. If you look, all her buttons are buttoned all the way to the top. Probably for good reason, but it's hilarious because she was like saying how she was upset. She was live streaming. I think it was on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok or one of those. And she's like, I feel like I'm being sexually assaulted because people keep bringing up the size of my breast. It's a problem. Perfect timing. And everyone's like milky. And like, she's like, everyone's just trolling her hard in the chat while she's like talking about how she was upset.
Oh, wait. So Friction Vixen has got her cheerleader outfit that she handmade. She handmade this. Yeah, she handmade this costume.
Oh my God. You look like China right now, with your hands on your feet.
Roll Tide.
Oh, nice. Oh my God.
This is
I'm not
really
a fucking
happening.
cheerleader, and I never have been, though.
I actually found my uniform from high school the other day in my clset. I found my high school cheerleading uniform. That's awesome.
Hey, be careful now, Friction. Be careful now.
That looks really good quality. That looks like a real uniform. Yeah, careful there.
Ow. All right.
Oh. We got barn bombed. What's the guy's name that bangs on the trash? What's his name again?
That's awesome, Friction. That's awesome.
That thing, Man, so much money and so much time and effort into that costume. I'm glad that I won best costume.
You got to use it again. So, I mean, clearly it was worth the
Well,
effort.
here's the thing. Winning best costume doesn't win you a trophy or an award or anything. So
you might get a t-shirt, but it'll take 2 years to get it.
No, I mean, I won best costume last year, and I didn't get shit because they don't have an award for best costume. So
Oh no, this year they're doing T-shirts.
Oh, this year?
Yeah, because I was told if I come, I'd win a T-shirt, but I'm not coming now.
Oh, I thought you meant they're having a t-shirt contest. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like wet t-shirt contest.
Oh, T-shirt contest. That's event number 9.
Brought to you by Hooters waitresses.
Thank you, Nate.
I'm not willing to
Thank
put
you,
any
Nate.
sort of time and effort out into anything that I'm not going to get rewarded for in the end anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun
You'll
though.
find
It'll
lots
be
of
fun.
opportunities to wear that though. There's plenty of things.
Oh yeah, no, I'll have fun with stuff, but
you could.
I'm not going to go out of my way and spend as much
You
time and
can sell on
effort
Etsy and make some money.
and money as I did last year.
Yeah, well.
I'm trying to think about like now I've got to come up with a costume. I'm like I'm literally like doing my hands like ooh. Like,
No, let me ask you this, Missy. Are you actually planning to compete in this?
Oh hell no! I'm just gonna sign up and then just stand there. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm the biggest slob. I'm just gonna sit there with 2 drinks in my hands, like I'm double fisting. I can't help you.
Okay.
I bet
I
that
want to get
costume.
last place.
I bet Dixon's
My goal.
costume goes over real well in Georgia. I'm sure a lot of those people like that outfit.
Dude, I might
They
even
love
get a
it.
T-shirt that says last place.
You know why they love it?
Why is that?
You're talking about my costume, right?
Yeah, the Bama one.
Yeah. You know why the Georgia fans love it?
Why?
Because I'm pregnant by my cousin.
Oh.
And they feel like it is absolutely 100% representative of
They're just like
Alabama.
the Queen of England.
They're like, oh, that's why you're crying, because you're pregnant by your cousin. That's why I like put on mascara, like heavy mascara, and then I went like this, and I smudged it down my cheeks that day, and then I put on a fucking blow up belly with spandex underneath my cheerleading outfit, just so I could look like I was naturally pregnant.
It was
And,
awesome.
like,
I mean, it was
walking
an awesome costume. Just to be honest, it was an awesome costume. It was funny as hell.
That was the reason why I won best costume, because I literally not that nobody put any effort into it, but it was something that y'all already like. I think all of your things were kind of expected to a certain extent, and when I came, they were like, "Holy shit! First time female competitor." That was actually going to compete since last year, not just like popped up last minute, and it wasn't something that anybody expected. And I think that's why it threw everybody off, because the only other female competitor really didn't dress up that well.
I'm hoping that somebody shows up with those giant fake breasts that the shop teacher from Canada wore.
Yeah. I'm going to show up with a beard and some heavy ass tits hanging down to my belly button.
So you're competing as a swimmer.
Well, you know what?
That dude is fucking hilarious. He about cut his tits off with a saw.
I heard Traveling Fools is going to wear a Chinese balloon.
No. I'm debating it.
Chinese
If the weather's warm, I'll
Indonesian
probably be
balloon.
more of a David Hasselhoff. But if the weather's cold, I'm really not sure where I'm going with it. So.
Is that what you tell yourself, that you look like David Hasselhoff? That's hilarious.
No,
really?
but not exactly that. That son
I'm
of a
gonna
bitch.
show up looking like David Hasselhoff.
No, what you
Now
have to
all of a sudden-
understand,
Now
Missy.
all of a sudden, these guys that hit on me on Facebook that are not at all attractive, right? Now it makes sense. Maybe you guys just can't see yourselves.
Well, what you have to understand is this is a joke competition. So if I show up,
It's not a joke when people cheat on who's smarter than a fifth grader, and then you get blocked out on the next one, and then everybody else has cheated before you. Like, that's not a joke.
Yes, there is always controversy. There will always be controversy at the Slob Olympics. It wouldn't be a bunch of YouTube people coming together.
Some of these retard. Never mind.
Without
was
people
told there would
actually
be a hot tub.
caring
Is that
whether
not
or not
true?
they win.
Some of them are actually only smarter than a first grader.
Right, exactly. Hey, PG, thanks a lot for being here, man. I love you, brother. I really do, and I can't wait
We're just
to
gonna
see
start
you,
whispering and
PG,
stuff.
at the Slob Olympics, because PG, I know you're gonna be there. I know you're gonna be there, even though you keep throwing it out that you might not come, but you better be there.
Now,
Hey,
Vixen,
PDD, you bring some food, I'll bring some food, bro.
I'm
Vixen,
bringing my famous deviled eggs.
the greatest night of cheating happened. I do a trivia, I do a Jeopardy show, and I do a Trivial Pursuit show, and I had a guy on there, and we asked a question, and we knew he was Googling it because he couldn't pronounce Croatia, or Croatia. He called it Croatia.
Yeah, the guy was so dumb. He was like, he took
That's
like
his
5
baby's
minutes.
name.
He took like 5 minutes to answer. Then he goes, Croatia. It's like, okay, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. You're totally cheating here. You're
I'm
totally
definitely going
cheating.
to come back for Jeopardy again. That was super fun. Although I think my favorite part was when the entire room was arguing with the person who had the question, that the question was completely wrong. And like you just wouldn't take it back.
Yeah, the first half of the question
tripled
was
down.
Denmark. The last half of the question was Switzerland, and it's like,
I get it. I get confused sometimes too. I think it's so interesting though, that we did all talk about how Switzerland and the Vatican have the same. They're the only countries in the world that have a square flag. And then you think about how the Vatican, that's the Swiss Guard. And then you think about World War II and all that Nazi money that they took that disappeared. Whatever, Just saying.
I would like to do a like a show about looking into that Nazi money, and as well looking into like another show, like you could incorporate the two together, looking into like the lost gold of the Confederacy.
Remember that Switzerland came out of the Holy Roman Empire. That's why.
Oh, right, of course.
So that goes back. So for them to be fighting over, like literally, it's all the people that were from the Holy Roman Empire fighting over land that they could not settle in regards to where it would all end up at the end of the Holy Roman Empire. And then you got Switzerland, who is, literally Switzerland, they're neutral. And then you got the Vatican that has the square flag too. So it's like, why are they neutral? Maybe this is a plan. I'm just saying, like, it's weird. It's weird.
Coincidences, right? They happen all the time.
Balloons
Exactly.
sometimes fly over the United States. It just happens.
Yeah, I mean, random balloons flying over the U.S. It's totally normal.
It's a mad world. Okay.
Hey man, 1947.
Confederate gold, that stuff is buried all throughout the South. And then, they talk about the huge train car that made it all the way to Michigan. And somehow it disappeared up in Michigan.
That always happens with war, though, because look at the Amber Room. That was like the Russian Amber Room that got taken. Or it wasn't in Russia, but Russia, I can't remember. It doesn't matter because it's gone. Never going to see it again. Things just happen. I think with the South, we have the carpetbaggers that did a lot of that back. But I mean, to this day, like everyone that I know, we all have something put up somewhere because it's just it's ingrained in our culture. Have something put away because all those people bought those Confederate bonds and got the Confederate dollars, and then they ended up with no money at all. It was worthless, absolutely worthless. You can't eat money, so it was really bad.
No, especially not money that they've. Well, if it was gold, it's one thing, but the money was basically demonetized. So
there's always been a run on gold. I mean, the whole Libyan thing with Gaddafi was we saw he died, and we took his gold.
Hey, let me say this real quick. Hey, Friction Vixen, we're about to wrap this up. Are you still with us or?
Yeah, no, I was actually about to ask a question about if you guys find silver or gold more valuable.
Ooh,
actually, it depends because silver is
exactly contradicting.
Are you listening to Henry Winkler or?
Here's the thing. I actually collect currency and I collect coins. And my dad,
That's what we do.
Invest a lot of money.
Well, you don't have any friends. Not telling us you have any friends.
Gold is a better investment long term. Silver is a better investment if you're short term because gold can fluctuate $50 to $100 in a day, where silver is going to fluctuate very little. So it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for like a 10-year investment, put your money in gold because in 10 years, it always does better than silver.
And if you need
Okay,
it
so
in
let me ask
pinch,
you
you're
this,
going to want
though.
to have silver because gold's a lot harder to like. People just don't buy gold like they buy silver. Like you can sell silver a lot faster.
Right. You want to have silver small pieces, but gold, you can have small pieces of gold and you can get rid of it real easy by just having a gram, or you know what I'm saying?
You have to get a well so you can throw all of it down the well. So if you need it, you know where it's at. Oh my god.
You'd be surprised at how that shit plays out in the will in some people's states.
So what was your question, Vixen?
So like the rare pieces of gold, like, so say you get like a 8-ounce or 10-ounce gold piece. Like, do you find that less valuable just because it's an awkward ounce piece? Or
Yeah, the other thing you should think about, if you're gonna buy, and I tell my dad this all the time, if you're buying to make money, are you worried that the money's going to collapse and you're going to use this, or are you doing it for an investment? Because if you're doing it because you're worried that the dollar is going to collapse, which really could happen, then you're going to want to buy junk silver. You don't want to buy like a rare, Carson City 1896, walking.
this is more, I mean, this is more for investments for later on, because there's
Don't tell anybody that you're investing in silver. Don't tell people that, because it's just not a good idea. If you're prepping, don't tell people you're a prepper. Don't tell them that, because then they know where to get everything if something happens.
But
I'm not necessarily prepping or anything, but I wish somebody would come and fuck with me.
For the listeners that we have, like,
if you want to.
Oh yeah, no, trust me, I get it. I mean, I wish a listener would come and try and fuck with me.
If you want to make money,
get what you wish for,
and you're doing it for
I got security for days, and I'll fuck you back.
Oh no.
What you should buy, Vixen, is
don't fuck with Friction. One thing everybody needs to realize is don't fuck with Friction Vixen. Not even the police in Athens, Georgia can fuck with Friction Vixen, because she'll tell them to go fuck themselves. I have witnessed it with my own eyes.
Well, if it's Athens, they might do it though.
Oh no. She's definitely got the game to tell you off.
Nice.
Friction don't play around. She's quite the thing. Hey, Friction, no, we're about to wrap this up though. It's getting late, and we got to wrap this show up. But thanks so much for jumping on with us.
So I'm like, not.
Yeah, everybody's fading. You got any last words of wisdom for us, Friction?
Godspeed.
Hey, and you know what?
And all of you.
We can't wait to see you in Nate just told us what was it, like how many days? 26 days or something?
26 days and 7 hours and
right, exactly.
30 minutes, 32 minutes.
Exactly. No, honestly, Friction, tell TJ I'm looking forward to seeing him as well, and I can't wait to see you guys. Really,
yeah, if I don't book this trip like right now, then we may never make it. So I'm gonna book the trip this weekend.
Go on and book it.
Wait, so where's mostly everybody staying at? The Oceanside Inn or Seaside Inn or something?
Seaside, yes, ma'am. Seaside Inn.
Seaside on Emerald Isle.
No, Isle of Palms.
Isle of Palms.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my mom just moved to Emerald Isle. Okay, Isle of Palms. Seaside Inn. All right.
Book it up. I can't wait to see you guys, because you know what, you and me, as always, are going to sit up to the wee nights, to the wee hours of the night.
Me, you, and Huffer Billy Paul, I think, are like the diehard champs of the Soft Olympics. Everybody else pushes out really easily, and we're just like out pissing on everybody, saying "fuck the world, man."
Right, exactly. So yeah,
I love y'all.
Love you too, Friction. Thanks so much for coming in, and definitely can't wait to see you soon.
All right, see you soon, man.
It was nice to talk to you. Have a great night, darling.
Nice meeting you.
It's nice to see you.
All right,
Bye.
see you, Friction.
I like her.
Oh, she's awesome. Friction's actually she's actually one of these people that comes out. She doesn't give a damn about anything.
I like people like that, because you don't have to question where they are. No. You know exactly where they stand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and she's a wholesome person. She's just, her and her husband both are really good people. I've really enjoyed getting to know them. They're really good people.
I'm struggling to keep my eyes open right now. I'm done.
Yeah,
So.
we need to wrap this shit show up. I think it has been a
It's definitely a scrub one day. So.
oh yes, YouTube's definitely already struck this down. There's
that
no
girl
way
with the
in
clean
hell.
car happens to work for standards and practices over at YouTube.
There's no way in hell YouTube has at all appreciated this show being streamed. But either way, it has. And LW would just like everybody to know. And LW, I really feel sorry for you, but he has 0 bullets and 0 guns. And I used to have a lot too. Ammunition. I know, but that damn boating accident I had where they all fell into the lake.
I had a bunch in Iowa, but a tornado came through and.
Y'all weak. Stay away from sleep. 100%. I say that all the time. I'm always like, no sleep till Brooklyn. Only bitches like quit. Right? But tonight I'm done. Like it's been a really long week, and I did not sleep well last night, and I probably should have. And I feel like garbage right now. I'm ready to nap out. So
okay, so let's
2:30.
Let's end this out. Let's end this out with a quick recap. Okay, so we have basically had a Chinese balloon fly over the United States, one flying over South America, another one going to some disclosed location, and
a UFO.
We're all still alive, and a UFO in Mexico.
A UFO
and Paul Pelosi Hammer video being released, which was absolutely incredible. It was Hammer time, which was absolutely awesome.
I need to find out what cocktail he's drinking so I can make that and drink it every night.
I know. If I could have a cocktail, no, wait a minute, Ty Guy. If I could have a cocktail that gave me peace of mind to just to like call 911, hold it peacefully in my hand while some weird guy is attacking me, and open the door at the same time. And I mean, none of this shit makes sense. Jesus Christ, people. We're all like, they lie to us more and more every day.
I think that they don't want us to pay attention to the more stuff that's coming up about that laptop. And I'm telling you right now, they lost. And you guys can argue with me, but it's a fact. J6, 100%. It's not about any of the stuff you think it is. I think it's about Nancy Pelosi's laptop missing. And I think that they're about to come out with that. And I think that's why all this stuff is happening. And that's why she's like, I got to go now. I think that there's something up with that. Her laptop is missing. It went missing on J6.
Oh, yeah, they did steal her laptop,
thing was to get her laptop. Maybe that whole thing was staged so someone could get a hold of her laptop. I do not know. I don't know. But I know it's missing. And they haven't found it yet. And they've acknowledged that it's missing and all. They went looking for it in Alaska, where the balloon showed up. They went looking for it in Alaska, basically throwing someone's house over that didn't have anything to do with it at all. Wasn't even in Washington, that had the same name as the woman they were looking for. That's why they're locking people up and be like, we're not going to let you out, because they're like, you got to tell us. We'll let you go if you tell us what you know. They're trying to go through everybody to try to find that laptop. That's what that's really about.
And
so that is actually interesting because they did actually steal her laptop.
Yeah, her laptop was stolen. Yeah.
Yes. And that makes a whole lot of sense.
With all those cameras.
And why won't they release? And why won't they release all those hours of footage that they had?
And the police officers were letting people in the building. Really, that's really weird.
Oh, you got like that, like the most beautiful photo of that thing is that
the Ray, what's his name, Ray Epps, trying to get everybody to like storm the building. The FBI people. I'm like, well, why would you want to storm the building? What are you going? What are you looking for?
Right, him and that weird baked Alaska guy, you know, were like instigating this whole thing. You know, it's like, come on now.
Think about that. She resigned. Yeah. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dianne Feinstein's also, she's going to be gone. I'm telling you right now, like they're cleaning house and they're protecting their own because like they know a lot of information is about to come out and it's about to be public. And it's not going to be pretty. And we're not just talking about the COVID. We're talking about all kinds of criminal activity that these people have been doing for years. And it's all going to start coming out. And when it does, like these people will be able to walk the streets. It's just a matter of time, you know. We don't know all this stuff. We just can't prove it, you know.
When it does come out, you're going to have a huge majority of the population still not believe it.
That's
exactly.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I hope they're very happy in California. They don't live near me. I'm fine with that. I don't care. But that's not the point. The point is like there's a lot of people that feel like they're scared to tell the truth. They're scared to acknowledge who they voted for. They're scared to say they're a Republican. They're scared to talk about conspiracy theories because people might not look at them the same and they might judge them, and their mother might think they're crazy. They could even be put in a hospital. You know, their family might be like, okay, you're sick. You need to go get help because you believe that a bunch of pedophiles are running the world and there's lizard people. You're sick. Let's put you in a hospital. There's a lot of people that have the guts to tell the truth. Like, oh my God, like I'm not crazy. What I'm saying is actually true. It's in the laptop. It's now public knowledge. Like everybody knows this. So I can be brave and I can be honest and I can say, yes, I voted for Trump. And yes, these people are evil. And yes, it's not just, China that is, orchestrating and trafficking babies for body parts, body parts. There's all this stuff that people just don't have the guts to be honest about. And when this stuff comes out, the people that need it aren't the people that aren't awake. It's the people that are awake that can't talk about it.
Yep.
Those are the people that need the truth on the front page.
Yeah.
Take the last 100% fat. He was in there recording everything, talking shit. No jail. Yeah. But my friend Mitch, who just walked, they have him on camera. He's just like, is this where we're supposed to be? What's going on?
Well, it's like that old woman. That old woman, like the grandma.
They come out of nowhere.
It's like standing there, like, ah. And she's just like in there. She got arrested.
I don't have a laptop. The Facebook told me.
Right. She's like, well, I just walked into this thing. It's like, oh, insurrection. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, let's go on ahead. Let's go on ahead and stop there while we're behind.
Hey guys, great show. Traveling Fools, Missy, I love your guys' show.
Hey, Tide Guy, thanks for being a part, man. We actually love having you here. You need to, be more, join us more, be more of a part. It would be a lot of fun.
We brought you in because literally we're both like so technically retarded and tired. And we're like, what? We can't even figure out.
I'm telling you right now, though, if you guys ever need technical problems, trust me, I should be the last name on your list.
Well, exactly.
I'm the guy who will bring the beer. I won't help you in any way, but I'll bring beer or something like that.
All right, hand me another one of those Tecatis and shut the fuck up. So
is that the guy from Jeopardy? Tecate, is that how you pronounce it?
No, it's been fun. Guys. It's been fun. Anybody got any last things to say? Frantic, or how about this, Tide Guy? Why don't you go on ahead and plug your channel here real quick, man?
Yeah, if you guys are interested, every Tuesday night we do Jeopardy, and every Thursday night we do Trivial Pursuit. Come on over. We have a good time. It isn't about how smart you are. It's about making fun of people not knowing what they should know.
Hang on, keep talking. I'm pulling your channel right now. I'm going to drop it in a link so people can subscribe to it.
Yeah, and actually, I have a whole bunch of trivia games. So, I mean, if you're younger, I got younger versions that are easier questions. They're not easier for me. I know the older ones, and I got one that's all America. So if you know a lot of stuff about America, you can do good on that one. And I don't think anybody has
calmed down on the difficulty. Actually, it wasn't as bad this time.
Right.
It wasn't as hard because the first time I went on your show, I was like, oh my God, like I was just getting creamed. But this time it wasn't so bad. It was
you were getting what?
Right. So I got yoked.
Okay, you got yoked, exactly. Dippy yoked
in the basket.
Hey, so check it out. Check it out there. I just dropped Tide Guy's link. Please sub him up. It's actually fun trivia. I join on there sometimes. I know Missy joins on there sometimes as well. There's a lot of other cool people, but it's really fun trivia nights that are actually fun and full of good people.
And if anybody in the chat or whatever, or anybody who goes on to watch this show in the future, please feel free to send me information. If you've got stuff you're putting out, you're doing your own content creation or doing your own panels, whatever, please hit me up on Twitter under Frantic Missy so I can help promote you too. We all want to drag each other up into the light. So. And
the other thing, if you guys don't mind, you guys are doing a show next Saturday. I'm going to do some research this week on the manufacturing and all the places that have either caught in fire or been hit by planes or, lightning. So if you guys want to discuss that just for a little bit, I'll
have
get
it
that
on my list. Yeah, I'm going to do a deep dive on that this week. I will have it, or I'm going to find someone that can come in and like go on the panel that's an expert on this and like help us out with that, because all my friends have they have expertise, and that expertise is definitely something that is more than just a quick deep dive. There's a lot more to that we're not aware of.
But I thought that'd be interesting to talk about a little bit, because I mean, a lot of it, I know at least 37 places that have either caught on fire or a plane's hit them or something. You know, there's something going on.
Yeah, I'm going to find out more about that. Again, like I said, there's it's connected to other things. It's not just the plants themselves. Like there's a lot more to it. And I'll find one of my friends to come in and like be the expert on that one, because even if we research this for a week in our spare time, we won't even hit the beginning of it, you know?
Right.
Yeah, that is definitely a topic that needs to be touched on, because that is not there is no like coincidences. There's no reason in the world why all these places this is happening to them all around the country constantly. So definitely look into that. If you want to do a segment next week, Tide Guy, and you got something together on it, just hit me up. You got my number. Hit me up. We'll make it happen.
If anybody that listens to this wants to do a quick segment on something, please find me on Twitter, Frantic Missy, DM me and tell me what you're interested in doing, and tell me what you want to do, and we'll bring you in for 5 minutes at the end of the show. We don't have a problem with that, do we, TF?
No, not at all. That's the point of this show, is to collaborate with a lot of people and to collaborate with people.
Yes, we want to make this to where everyone understands, like, it is easy to be a content creator. It is easy to like go on here and put yourself out there. You just have to put yourself out there. You just have to show up, and anyone can do it. So that's why we have the open panels, and that's why we want everybody like included, and you can come and say whatever you want. You're free to speak here.
And I would go a step further to say, if any of you out there want to try to start your own show or segment that you want to take on or anything like that,
we're open.
This channel can be an outlet for you to do that. That's why we created this new channel.
A brand new channel,
was for people to come together and try to create content that is conspiracy related, and looking for facts and stuff like that. So if you have an idea and you want to come on and you want to do something, well, hit us up. I mean,
we'll support you in that.
Yeah, you can look me up, Traveling Fools, on Twitter, at Travel and Fish. You can look up Frantic Missy. What is it? At Frantic Missy, right?
Yep, just at Frantic Missy.
At Frantic Missy. You look that up, and you can contact either one of us directly, and talk to us.
If you're on Twitter, my email is frantic, FRANTIC, booking, BOOKING, at gmail.com. So Frantic Booking, you can email me anything you want there if you don't have Twitter.
And I mean, the cool thing is nobody's an expert, because there's too many conspiracies. There's too many different things. Yes. So if somebody out there has something, maybe we can learn something. Maybe you know something we don't know, and maybe there's something that we're missing or something. I mean, I find it all interesting. I don't care what you guys want to talk about.
Everyone has their expertise field. Everyone's got their subject that they're like the expert on. Everyone's got one. So
well, here's the deal. You want to come to us and say, "Hey, I've put this package together. I've done my research. I've got this. I want to come on here and tell you guys about it on Thursday night." Well, hit us up. Let's make it happen.
We can do that.
Yeah, we will do a Thursday night stream, and you can be the host of that stream. So let us know. That's the point of this. It's for fun, but at the same time, it's for all of us coming together and having a good time and learning some new stuff and debating it, talking about it as reasonable people and learning. Everybody learns. So,
and if you guys like what we're talking about here, we're going to be doing more stuff. I'm still trying to figure out like all the details of it and how I'm going to organize myself. But I'm going through this thing called the Conspiracy Iceberg, and I'm going to start doing YouTube shorts through this channel where I'm going to take a minute and 10 seconds and go through a single topic in the YouTube iceberg. And that's going to be coming up in the next like month or so. I'm struggling with my camera stuff, so I'll figure it out in my editing. But I'm going to start doing that in the future in about a month or so. So look forward to that. Because that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing things that make it easy to access the truth. If you like the conversations we're having here, you can almost always find me hanging out in Twitter Spaces or coming in and out of Twitter Spaces or hanging out in that group of people, because there's all kinds of content and all kinds of information. UFOs, there's room for that. If you want to talk about, the Paul Pelosi thing, there's a room of people talking about that, and freely. And so Spaces is really cool. Love to see you guys in there. Please, if you want to come talk to me, you can always find me at a space. The other thing I want to bring up is on Sunday nights, I do a Twitter Space. It's a comedy show called Who's This, What's That? It's wrong answers only, not conspiratorial, but sometimes we do have a bingo card entry that says Michelle Obama's dick. Just putting it out there. So we have a bunch of comedy. It's completely offensive. So, don't put the volume on around your kids. But love to have you guys as a listener. Love to have you have an opportunity to come on the show. So Sunday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Twitter Spaces. Who's This, What's That? And other than that, we're just going to try and bring as much more content to you as possible and bring other creators up, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to expand this community in a positive way. So,
amen. That was the Twitter Spaces.
I'm literally falling asleep. I can't even keep my eyes open. I'm like,
it's great. Yeah, yes. So you've heard all our spills. Everybody knows where to find me, Traveling Fools. I dropped Tide Guys link right up there, or right above where Friction Vixen says, thanks for the show. That is Tide Guys link. Make sure you do follow him and come on there. I'll kick your ass at trivia.
There you go.
You really will. He'll wipe the floor with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joey Foster will probably beat me, but now that Jeff Webster's dead, which
the Guinness Book of World Records is a source. So
yeah, Jeff Webster dying. Let me see if I can.
Well, wait a minute. That's allegedly.
Wait. God damn it. I always play the clown thing instead. Damn it, Jeff. I don't mean to play the clown thing. I did.
We see what you're trying to attract in.
I did. Oh, no, wait, not that one either. God dang it.
You gotta label your buttons, bro.
Well, I did, but the stupid. Wait, that's not it either. Damn it. Where's
You did a
Jeff?
great job. You did a great job.
Hang on. Wait. Hang on. I'm going to make this happen. Hang on 2 seconds. We're going to hear Jeff Webster. Damn it, Jeff. You'd be no. Jeff's laughing at me from the heavens above.
Oh, goodness.
Jeff moved it is the problem. Jeff moved it around.
He probably did. He probably came in here and totally wrecked this shit on me.
Here we go. Could be as annoying as an Alabama fan? Well, now you can with Bama Brag, the new bubble gum from Tuscaloosa Chew. Open your own pouch of Bama Brag, pack in a wad, and in no time you'll be spewing irritating nonsense and aggravating statistics just like the rest of the redneck idiots that say roll tide when they have nothing else to offer. Maybe your school doesn't have 18 national championships, but now you can parade around like a stuffy jerk just like fans of the Crimson Tide. Bama Bag Bubblegum. It's Gumpalicious.
Well, thank you all very much. This episode of Allegedly has been brought to you by Bama Brag Bubblegum. It's Gumpalicious. Thank you very much, Frantic Missy, Tide Guy, and I'm Traveling Fools, and we are checking out right about now.
And don't forget, guys, if anyone has a sighting of the fat girl with a clean car, please, we need video.
Yeah, that would definitely be worth a lot more than a Bigfoot video. If you can find that. If you can find that video. If you can find it.
We got to check under her front seat to make sure it's clean all over.
Yeah, as long as you don't check into her back seat, you'll be safe.
You're not in her back seat.
Get her arm in there. Something's wrong. Something's up.
She's got to grab her.
Have a great night, y'all.
It's been fun. You don't have to go home, but you know what? You can stay here. Thank you very much for tuning in to another night of Allegedly on the Smoking Gun Cafe. Thank you very much for being here. Make sure you tune in next Saturday night. We will be here back strong.